see some off the pod here. Enjoy some great alerts. We'll have a grand old time here watching Epic Rounds tonight. We love it when we come here. We clip all of the screens. The chat gets kind of trolly on Epic Rounds scenes. But that's an awesome part of the Epic family. So let's enjoy the show now and start another hype train. We'll see the spicy chips fly on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, epicational. This is what we call the Epic Show.
Hello, friends and enemies, heroes and villains. Welcome to Epic Realms Presents Off the Pod. It's not a podcast, but it's kind of a podcast, sort of in a podcast, timely, linear, but not podcast, sort of podcast way. At least that's the intro in some sort of fashion, as it were. Welcome on in, everybody. My name is Nick. I'm the host of Epic Realms. Right next to me, you will recognize this gentleman, the one, the only, Book Ruffell Cartoons. How are you doing?
Fantabulous, thank you. How are you, Counselor?
Great. We were just chatting about how long we've kind of been aware of each other and known each other, and it's been at least 2 years, at least, right?
It's been a long time, and then we worked out that we found each other completely randomly when I thought it was through Sam.
Yeah, randomly through people that we found randomly.
Yeah. And then these two random communities somehow were close enough that we found each other, and then you found me twice, and it's just like, Twitch is tiny, man.
Yeah. There was this circular double circle thing where we found each other, we knew each other, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, you know so and so? Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So it was kind of cool, and then I was like, I gotta have Book on because he's freaking hilarious. So welcome on in, everybody. For those that don't know the format, we have a new topic every 20 minutes. I'm going to do air quotes on that. Every 20 minutes, we have a new topic. We're going to start off with comedy and improv. Comedy and improv is where we're going to start because both of us are big fans of that genre. And where are we going to go from there? Well, who knows? We might go on over into the weird talents that we have. Book might know what we're talking about. Some of you guys might know some of the weird talents that we're both talking about. And of course, we're going to take a break. After we get done with the break, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about art and cartooning. So I think Book, you know a little bit about that, right? Your name kind of gives that away.
Oh, I dabble.
Dabble, just a little bit, just a tad, just a wee bit. And of course, our last topic is called potluck. It's anything and everything. If it's something that you guys brought up, if it's something we talked about earlier in the show that we're like, hey, can we go back to that? That's kind of what potluck is. It's kind of this open forum to talk about whatever. Of course, you, the audience, can completely chat, interact with us. All the alerts are turned on. I also want to point out, for those of you that don't know, every time we get a hype train on this channel, other than our regular podcast show, because there is a podcast, this is Off the Pod. For every show, I do one of these. This is a haunted ghost pepper chip. Every completed level of hype train, we do that, and sometimes our guest does something along with us. And I've happily convinced Book to do a classic improv hoedown, spur of the moment for us. Every completed level of hoedown. So if we get any hype trains, you can expect shenanigans to occur. Not that shenanigans aren't going to occur anyhow, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so tell me, you and comedy, where did your love for comedy come in? Because I, like, as a little kid, I grew up watching like the old stand-up comedy with like Steve Martin and Red Fox and way back when.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Oh. Yeah.
Shenanigans? Yeah, they cut out. Hey, Farmer, what's your favorite? What's that restaurant that has all the? Yeah, they cut that out.
Yeah. Great movie.
But it's still better than nothing.
Comedy. Okay, so like, it's sort of the same with the art. I don't know if I've been funny, but people have said you're funny to me since I can remember. I've got like a note from primary school where people would just like say what they like about you, and it was just like, you're funny, you draw good, you're funny. It's just like, okay, well, people seem to like that. Maybe I'll just keep doing that. That's working. and I like it too. And people I would watch in movies growing up, like Jim Carrey, were
Yeah.
just like so freaking goddamn funny.
Now,
I was
did you
like,
watch him before he was doing movies?
no, I found it probably in Ace Ventura.
Okay.
That was coming out around the time when I was quite young, but like my parents were quite cool about the movies they let me watch. I think one time they were like, "You can't watch that," and it was a scary movie, and then they're like, "You can watch it," and so like that didn't last very long. So like pretty much there wasn't movies I wasn't allowed to watch, and yeah, just Ace Ventura over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And
Same.
then just like there's so many comedies from back then that were just like foundational for me and my humor probably. Like I say that now I've forgot the name. It's the freaking one where the guy's head superimposed over the whole time. In that old kung fu movie. Chat might know what it's called. Kung Fury?
Kung
Pao.
Fury. Okay.
Kung Pao? No, Kung Pao, I think it was.
I think I know what you're talking about. I had a friend
Kung
in
Pao
high
Into the Fist, not Kung Fury. Kung Fury's
Okay.
great too, but Kung Pao Into the Fist,
Okay.
ridiculously, stupidly funny.
There we go.
Yeah, I got there. Whew.
You got that.
Anyway.
You got it. 10 points for you. Ding.
Cheers, I appreciate it. I'm gonna tally that up. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I just always enjoyed making people laugh, and then that eventually went into me trying stand up,
Yeah.
and that was really fun too.
Did you watch stand up as
Oh,
well?
I watch exclusively stand up. It's like all I watch
Well,
is
because you
stand
said you like started with like Jim Carrey and those movies and stuff.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
had to
yeah.
ask, like, well, did you do stand up as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out when stand up became a thing.
I mean, long before either of us existed.
Yeah. No, I think it was Dylan Moran actually. So a mate of mine in high school got me into Black Books, which is a fantastic show.
Okay.
Very funny. With Dylan Moran in it. And then I ended up just buying his specials after that. And I was like, these are great. And me and a mate of mine.
You're gonna have to send me
He
because
just
I
really got me.
recognize the name, but I don't think I've ever seen any of that.
Yeah.
So
he's
afterwards,
a
you're gonna have to
UK
send me a
comedian.
link, or people are gonna have to like message me, like, here's a link of who this person. Here's some stuff, some content.
Yeah, he might be a bit more well known in New Zealand,
Okay.
but yeah, I just got his specials and I really like those. And then it kind of just spiraled out of control from there. And I was doing stand up at high school during these talent shows.
Okay.
And having like the whole of everyone laughing, very good feeling. I don't know if you guys have experienced that before. Lots of dopamine, very tingly.
Yeah.
I'm getting it right now. It's a very good feeling. So yeah, just chasing that high ever since. So then, yeah, I tried to stand up a few times. What happened was I had a job. Ugh. And it was a great job, man. It was on paper. I was working at a library as a graphic designer. And I was basically just drawing cartoon posters for the kids clubs.
Yeah.
Or doing the kids clubs, which was like play Minecraft or like play Rocket League. It was just like whatever game was out there, just come and play that. On paper, fantastic job. I was fucking miserable. I just was like using up all my creative juices all day, and I wanted to use them on my own stuff. And then I get home and I'd be like, so that wasn't working. So I was like, fuck it, I'm quitting this. I'm gonna move to London and pursue a stand-up career. So my partner at the time and I did that, and I lasted about 3 months. The stand-up was great, but London is a shithole, man.
For those of you that live in
man.
London, he's not sorry.
I'm not. It was disgusting. The people sucked. I come from New Zealand. I live in New Zealand. And even on my walk today when I was walking the dog, I walked past like 3 or 4 couples walking their dogs too. I live in a town that's mostly old people. They was like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? We'll have a chat. Keep going. It's so friendly here. And
Yeah.
like just going from that environment to London, I'm sure people that live there find it fine.
Yeah.
But like,
You
it
grow
just
up to
was
it.
not
You
for
get
me.
used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just was like, nah. I got insta homesick. As soon as I came back, I was like, New Zealand's the most beautiful country in the world. How could I have ever left this fucking safe haven of beauty? Anyway,
That's why all of us want to come live there. I mean, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it.
it's pretty cool here. Yeah, it was Smithy Joe. Um, but yeah, so after I came back, I sort of the stand-up thing kind of went with that for a bit, and then I dabbled in some stuff for a few years, and around COVID time, I got into streaming, and since then, that's been a really good outlet for comedy. It's like doing stand-up, but it's just crowd work, and you can't hear anyone laugh. So
But you don't get that
kind
high
of,
though if you don't hear the crowd laughing.
well, then you get people in chat saying I just choked on my vape, and that's that's
When
so
you're,
you still get it in a sense.
but you're not putting together a skit, right? So like,
No. So yeah, like I said, just crowd work. You just
right.
reacted to chat mostly, or whatever's happening on stream.
How
And
rude. Somebody in the chat, how rude.
yeah, well, she's the one that chokes her vape all the time. Yeah.
I assumed.
Yeah, you have to like feel it out. I feel like it's kind of good in a way. Like when you make a joke on stream where you think you've just said something funny or whatever, you kind of have to sit with it for a second and be like, okay, I hope that hit. Let's just analyze if that normally kind of would hit. Maybe it didn't. You kind of pick over to chat. Maybe an XD shows up. You're like, oh, okay, we're chilling. It's just like there is an aspect to it where you're kind of training yourself to not like instantly hear the laughter or something, like to make sure you're saying something that there has to be laughter on the other end or else there's silence on there and then you've just done something cringy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll get all freaking rambly about it in a second.
I especially liked something I like about stand-up is there has to be a delivery. Like you have to have a skill. Like you could give the same joke, routine, whatever to 30 people and maybe one of them will nail it.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
you have to have a sense of timing, have a sense of emphasis on certain words and ways of saying it. And I think that's what makes certain comedians funny and others, you know, like it's like Steve Martin has his own, you know, sense of humor, right? But if you have Richard Pryor do Steve Martin stuff in the 80s, it's not going to come across the same. Richard Pryor can't make a not real balloon animal and stick it on his head and be funny. Like he probably could, but it's not going to hit the same way. Yeah, it probably will be. But it's not going to hit the same way as a Steve Martin doing it, right?
Yeah, totally. I had a joke. It's probably quite offensive now. But I heard someone say it back to me in a considerably funnier way. And I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. And it just came naturally. I was like, that's what I was trying to do as well.
Yeah.
I told this joke in London to comedians and they went, oh, I was like, what the fuck? That you know it's a joke.
Is it bad? Is it bad? Is it inappropriate?
It's not that bad. It's
okay.
like
darn. I was
it was. Let me see if I can remember it properly. It was a long time ago. It's like so it was something about cooking dinner, and it's like when I don't want to cook, and when my partner says they don't want to cook either, I'm just like I just pick up the phone and throw it at her, and it's just like so dumb. But like, there's a way you can say that joke where people will be like, huh, and there's a way you can say it where people will be like, no, and like finding that is hard.
Is there any content that you watch on like TikTok or Instagram that right now that really stands out to you? Like I really enjoy there's a video of people, they sit across the table and they each take a drink when they make each other laugh, and there's a whole crowd of performers doing that, and they'll sit there and they'll just say some of the worst, sometimes raunchiest stuff or just really complicated jokes, but they're really funny. And I love watching those. I don't know if you watch any of those or if there's anything else you're watching right now.
There is, but it's probably not really.
Turn it up, turn it up,
No, I hate that. I hate that.
This
I think
will work.
I think Sam is trying to trigger a hype train. So
I see.
She's trying to trigger a hype train so that I will eat a spicy trip and you will have to do a hoedown. I think is what she's trying to do.
She can't just redeem it because it's not my stream.
yeah. She's going to need a team of people to go in on that to trigger the hype train and then complete at least one level. So
yeah. When people were slapping each other with tortillas, that was very funny.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other like kind of trendy things were happening. I'm like, there's a lot of the couples painting each other, and one of their paintings is fucking horrendous. That's very funny. We'll get into more of that with the art stuff because that's one of my favorite things with art is when people can't really draw properly. Those are the Mm. Those are just the best. I love those. I'll get one off my fridge later of my friend. Oh, so good. Anyway, yeah, what we're talking about. Oh yeah, TikTok things. And there was one other one. What was it? It was like oh, I've lost it.
Turn it up, yeah.
No.
Turn it up.
They might do it.
Turn it up.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was just something stupid,
yeah.
probably. Oh no, I've only seen it once, but it was a compilation of women lifting their partners up on the bench, like their guy partners up on the bench instead of them doing it the other way around, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, turn it up.
That was pretty funny.
Turn
They were like, "What
it
the
up.
fuck?"
Yeah, turn it up, yeah.
I need a hoedown.
Oh no. You need one more, guys. You need one more person to go in on that. Although there is a trick, and it's called gifting a sub to somebody as anonymous because it doesn't count as you. If you ever want to force a trigger on Hoedown, you can count as 2 people by doing a gift sub and then anonymously gift something because it doesn't count. It counts you as 2 separate people.
Good to know.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, it's going around.
But for people for future reference, I loved. You mentioned Jim Carrey, and there was something about him starting off as like just doing facial features and expressions, and kind of building from that, and then going into like improv work because he was on the show in Living Color.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Well, that's more than a single. Somebody came in with a 5 bomb. Yeah, and this is our Spice Train song. It's a Spice Train because they got.
The spicy chips are gonna fly when we get that train up high. It's a spice train.
Packy. How do you pronounce it?
Packy, I think. Packy is the pronunciation. All right, so this is the spice level, by the way, book. And I never even started the timer, so I forgot to start the timer when we started. So we'll just do it during this hype train. Usually I pause it during the hype train. I look down and it's like, I gotta pause it. Oh shit, there's that. Okay, we've already been going for a while. So there's the spice level on this. It doesn't get any hotter than that unless you do the 1 chip challenge, which I will not do again. So I'm gonna eat the spicy chip, and we're gonna do you're gonna do a hoedown, right? While I do the spicy chip.
Yeah, sure. What about?
Spicy chip.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. This isn't the one I used. I don't know when to start. I think I do now. Okay. Hope you have some nice looking dip for that extra spicy bucket looking chip. It's coming in your gut and it's going quite nicely, but later your butthole's gonna be hella spicy.
And then it does the fart sound that yours does.
Oh yeah, sweet. Sorry, I didn't know where to start with that one. My one's a slightly different beat, so
I should have just had you send me yours, but
that's all good.
I wanted to surprise you with the initiative of having the sound. Okay.
Yeah, no, that was good that you hit it really rock.
That's okay. I can always do it again and restart it. Give you a new head start. Woo!
Yeah, sweet. I still don't even think I know when to start.
All right, so we have completed level 1 of Hype Train. There will be another hoedown and another spicy chip. Oh, Jesus. On 2, we're at 66%. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say what a great thing to do for a talking segment, but I mean,
I just
inhaled does it. I would hit you on the back if you're actually dying, but you killed him. You killed him. Oh well, this should get a few views, dude. Well, fucking killing me now.
Oh, I inhaled a piece, and the piece had the spice, and then the heat, the spice was in my lungs. And I could feel it burning. I was like, I gotta get it out. Not good. Woo!
Sounds like an owl's in here.
Yeah, I can feel it's like right here. We'll go away.
Turn
breathe,
it
Nick,
up.
breathe.
Yeah, turn it up. up, yeah. Turn it up, yeah. Turn it up, yeah.
Breathe, Nick, breathe.
All right. I'm hoping that's good. I want to wipe my eyes, but I can't touch them with my fingers.
Good call.
So I'm just going to be crying instead.
I'm
can
just
see it right
telling
there.
such a moving story.
Yeah, right there. Can you see the light going off of the tear drop right there?
So emotional. You're gonna make me cry, man.
The art of acting. Or pretending. How many bits to wipe your eyes? Oh my god. Let me think about that for a second. No, I do have a paper towel. I literally have specifically. I have a roll of paper towels here specifically for the off chance that there might be hype trains. So those of you who were here when we had Classic Sam on, we had a hype train, and that was also kind of bad. Nah, I'm broke today. That's okay. That's okay. You are more than welcome to just sit here, hang out, chill with us, and enjoy the show. There is no pressure whatsoever. It's just an extra thing we do for people who want to make the show a little bit more, I guess. I don't know what the term is. Oh, how do people trigger the hoedown on your channel?
You can do it two ways. You can just redeem one with channel points and tell me what you want it to be about, or you can have it just happen with bits and it will just start playing and I've got no time to think.
So there you go, guys. You can go and give Book a follow right there.
Oh, geez, mate.
For all of the hype train fun, we've collected all of the level 1 emotes. Congratulations, everybody. We've completed level 1. And I'm going to it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving for the rest of the night.
I love it.
Luckily, I went and got some alcohol before we started, and that actually helps quite a bit. So thank you to Elton Brown for teaching me that. And I just realized I had powder crumbs that had fallen on my arm, and I just went like this. So my face is probably going to start burning here any moment now.
Perfect.
I felt it as soon as I went like that. I was like, I could feel it grinding against my face. I'm like, oh, son of a gun.
I wonder what that is.
Oh, no. Not good.
It always gets in your eyes. It doesn't matter. Like, regardless if you're eating spicy food, it's getting in your eyes. You're going to touch your eyes. You must just touch your eyes all the time.
Yeah, I think you do.
I just get like regular food in there all the time.
Might as well just get like a salt shaker of the hot spice and go like this.
Yeah, freaking cut out the middle, man.
When you're watching improv or when you were learning about doing improv work, what were some of the things that really got you into that?
Okay.
Because for me, I'll let you think about it. For me, we did I used to watch a show. It was like a hurricane relief thing back in the, I don't know, 90s, and it was Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, and Whoopi Goldberg were the hosts. Yeah. And as much as I loved all the stand-up comedians, it was like Comedians for Relief 5 or 6 or whatever. They had a bunch of them. And I'd like the stand-up comedy because I was a big stand-up comedy person. But watching the three of them just make crap up on the go was extra. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is genius.
Yeah.
So what about you when you were coming up? What kind of stuff really stood out to you early on?
Whose Line Is It Anyway, really?
Yeah.
That's more or less all we had here. Like, I don't think like Saturday Night Live or In Living Color play here. Although I never watched them growing up or anything. But yeah, Whose Line was always, I always just thought that was the funniest show.
Yeah.
Like, I quote that show. Like, there's lines from some of those that I say all the time, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I just love it. And Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery and Drew Carey when he was like those three.
Yeah.
Which is weird. You'd think I'd say Wayne Brady. But he just wasn't as funny. The songs were good. Anyway. But like, yeah, that was just really good. And when I see stuff like that, I'd like to try it. And I like to do that with my friends. 30L in the chat's one of the people I used to do this with because he's my high school friend. I used to just make my friends do like hoedowns or like just the games from Whose Line with me. And it was always a fucking mission, man. No one ever wants to do it because no one ever wants to look stupid. But like, and unfortunately to me, when doing improv with people that like aren't good at it or just like, you know, they're trying but it's not happening, that's the funniest fucking thing that can happen. And like, you can't write it and it comes so far out of left field that my brain just like, it's the hardest I'll laugh. So it's like, if I can get people to do that with me and they're okay with fucking it up, like, I remember once we were in a car and we were driving from one city to another, like 2.5 hour drive. And so I was like, we should start doing these while we're driving, well, you know, while we're on the way. And the guy that was driving was playing too. But every time he would do it, he pushed the pedal to the floor. He didn't realize he was doing it. So like every time he was trying to make a song up, would fucking be like, what is happening? But he was so trying to, yeah, it was so funny. Just stuff like that, man. And they're like memories that just stuck with me. Just like nights when we were just like making shit up and just like the fucking things that come out of, like we could do something like that, just like a one story at a time, like one word at a time story. Those go into complete, you know,
just stuff, for those that don't know, like one person says a word, then the next person says a word. You have to build,
keep the story coherent-ish.
Yeah.
Ish. And you try to go fast. It's like a lot of it's just being quick-witted or like, you know, which also comes into comedy. And that's just a fun thing for me. It's like a challenge, like trying to come up with a pun really fast or something. That's usually fun. Or just like, yeah, just trying to say something fast and funny. I don't know.
Right.
It's just like,
I love
it's a fun challenge.
We used to do where like you'd listen to a song and your goal would be, I used to work in a restaurant and we used to always do that at the restaurant. And I used to be fairly good at it. A song would come on the radio and you'd just spur of the moment change the lyrics to something ridiculous.
Yeah,
but it would still have to like somewhat make sense for whatever it was. So I still to this day, my wife gets irritated at me because now whenever I hear a Prince song come on the radio, I have to change it to Roman Reigns for wrestling, like the wrestler Roman Reigns. So any Prince song, I'm like, it's a Roman Reigns song, and how am I going to make this a Roman Reigns song? And she's just, every time she just looks at me like, really? 10 years now, and she still does that. Looks at me like, really?
Yeah, that's fun. Like, you just get bored of hearing the same song over and over again. I used to do that too. Like, I didn't used to be able to, like, because I can freestyle rap now. I might do one. I should do one on here. I don't know if I could play the music so you can hear it. You could play music for me though.
I could. I'd have to find it. You could send it to me. You could send it to me in Discord, and I can play it, and it would work. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that because I want to explain the freestyle thing because that's a big improv thing. That's like the biggest improv thing I do. You could.
I am no professional beatboxer. I'm not even a semi-professional.
Come on, I'm sure you're fine. I'm trying to get this without it sending the whole playlist, but I think this beat's kind of cool.
Yeah, you could just find the file in whatever the file folder is or whatnot.
Would it work off YouTube?
Yeah. It's just audio capturing, so you'll hear everything I can hear. As long as I don't have an ad pop up. Let's see here.
Yeah, sorry. We'll have to do this through chat, so if chat can put some words in, that'll be good.
We're gonna wait for
Haley's pretty good at this part if she's still here.
Is this the Oh, this is the song. I thought this was an ad.
Yeah. No, it's the beat.
Okay. So people have to add words, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, if they could. Otherwise, I'll just use the words that are in there.
Individual words, whatever words?
Yeah, just
so guys,
words.
Everybody in chat start spamming just individual words in the chat, and he'll go through and hit that up. You just tell me when you're ready, or maybe we'll wait till chat starts throwing some in there.
There we go. Let's do it. Yeah. Hopefully this is in time. Okay. Yeah. I'm so fast, yeah, I'm like a cheetah. What's my style? Yeah, I'm a Libra. I'm coming in hot and I'm gonna rock and I'm gonna put on 2 little socks. Oh yeah, I'm getting funky up in the trees like a monkey. Oh yeah, we might have a tumble while we're swinging on vines up in the jungle. Let's go. Holy shit, holy fuck, this guy's coming in hot like a big truck, and his dump truck is really big and silly. Oh yeah, I will sing a little ditty, let's go. Yeah, I've got the mash flow, I'll go to the garden and plant a potato. Hopefully the garden will make plenty and not be in the Illuminati. Hey, yeah, that's how I dance, coming in hot with that panache. I'm gonna sing a song and make your head nod, and then we'll go and adopt a puppy dog, yeah. Oh, my mind can't compute how could this dog be so cute? It is so cool. Oh, it makes me want to scream. Gonna go eat some nice ice cream. Yummy. Oh yeah, make some room. I'm gonna suck you up like I'm a vacuum. in the room. Look at it, so mean. Now it's sparkly and looks real clean. Yeah. Oh, I'm so funny, in a hurry. Get that vacuum and get all them dust bunnies. Let's go with the man flow. Yummy ice cream again, pistachio. Yeah, I'm about to bust. I'm made of nuts. Yeah. Oh, just trust me. When I spit a three, I'm lethal. I'm up in the sky like an eagle. Oh, gonna make it get up and dance. I'm a villain, twirl my mustache. You can trust me, I am serious. New motor mustache for religious. What the fuck does that mean? I'm gonna rock ya. I'm gonna be your new doctor. Okay, yeah, I'm making it pay with money. We just got a raise. Hell yeah. Oh, there's applause. How many viewers? There's 24. Hell yeah, that's so cool. Thank you, bruh. It was from Invented Solar. I couldn't read it in time. It's a hat trick. 3 times this ramp is so epic. Oh, I spit for you. It's electricity. Damn, the jewels are going so high. Yeah, I'm a player. Welcome into all the raiders. Oh shit, yeah, we're making laser. Every day, yeah, that's how we slay. Okay, yeah, I was spitting so well. We are here with epic rounds. I hope you're having fun, bro, like a volcano. I'm erupting, yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet you didn't think I could do a rap about the Richter scale. I will never fail. Tell a tall tale. It's coming soon in the mail. I guess, yeah, I could get much better. It's coming in the mail like a fucking letter. I'm too good, yeah, I'm too dope. Put a big stamp on that envelope.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Welcome on in, Raiders. Oh, it's a double raid.
Oh damn.
Double raid coming in hot.
Damn, yo, double raid. Bring it in.
Bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Bring in all the love. Bring in all the love. Trust me, you're not gonna lose. You're not gonna miss out. Welcome on in, Sam Lamb. Sam Lamb. Earlier we had Bits of Me Pistola. It's me, Pistola. Welcome on in, Raiders.
Damn,
hello, hello. We'll get a shout out for Sam Lamb here.
Sam Lamb ding dong.
That's right.
This town needs an enema.
And we have a Movember redeem.
Have you checked your vitals?
We got the first. We have got the first broken shout. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have added the new sound shout out on this overlay.
Yeah, what is happening?
Where is? Yep, I haven't added the new shout out feature on this one, so that's why I'll have to go and fix that. Welcome on in, everybody. My name is Nick. I am the host of Epic Realms. Today is Off the Pot. Our guest today is the one, the only, talented in so many ways, Book Ruffell Cartoons. He is an artist. He is a comedian. He is a streamer. He is amazing, and he is here with us. We were talking about comedy and improv. So welcome on in, Raiders. Please stick around. Feel free. It's an interactive show, so if you want to be part of the conversation, it is you can be part of the conversation. If you have things you want to talk about, if we talk about something and you're like, oh yeah, I had this. So welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Again, thank you for being here. Let's see. We got Maverick 44133. Welcome on in. It's Lexi coming on in. Welcome on in. Yes, Vessel of Void. It's a V, not a Y. I thought it was a V because I thought it was covered up. Vessel of Void, welcome on in. Hello. And Chain Fire, welcome in. Chief Wolffang, welcome in. Sage and Eggs, welcome on in. Thank you for joining me on the raid. You guys are awesome. A double raid back to back from It's a Mia Pistola and Sam Lamb. Please make sure to go and give both of them a follow. Both are amazing streamers. Speaking of artist, Book Ruffell, It's a Me Pistola also does a lot of art. Does a lot of art on her stream. Does a lot of stuff. So, we've got the party horn.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Celebrate! Yeah, and it's endless.
Oh, good.
It's an endless alert. It just keeps going. It just keeps going and it just keeps going and going. It just doesn't really seem to end ever.
That's good. Cool. Yeah. No, it's cool.
I think it ended. I think that's it.
That's
it. Sorry to raid me. I got to go to bed. Have an amazing stream. Have a good one, Sam Lamb. Thank you for raiding us. Thank you for bringing your community in. You are amazing. Thank you for joining us. This is every Monday show. We have a talk show, whether it's off the pod or our podcast. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are video game nights. Wednesdays is tabletop role playing. If you like any of that, hit that follow button. welcome on in. And of course, go and give Book Ruffell Cartoons a follow as well while you're here. We'll do a do this right here. Boom. That way we can get Book. I can't. It won't let me do it, Book.
Oh, there's just too many.
We already gave you one of those kinds, so I have to do the this one.
Sweet.
So there we go.
I do follow a doodles over there too.
Party. Oh fuck! I'm good.
Oh!
The timing of that's fantastic.
Yeah, right in the thing. I have no idea what I just clicked. You clicked in Tangia Dungeon! ! Join to join the dungeon. Here it is. It's over here. Right here next to me. ! Join to join the dungeon. You can use the tab down below to the panels down below to go ahead and equip gear, change your character, costumes, any of that kind of stuff. So get on in there. Looks like we have all first-time joiners of the party.
Nice.
So Book Ruffell Cartoons join the party. Let's see if you all die or not. Will you all
Probably.
die? Somebody solved this. You get 2 of you solved some Sphinx riddles. You found a golem. Just found golem. You just found golem. That's what it says.
Schmeagol.
You did. You fought off a bunch of goblins. Book. You did it.
Oh, I
You did
see.
it.
I see.
You
I see.
survived. Yeah. Somebody squashed a poop monster. And now you guys are getting gear. So there you go. Welcome. And yeah, you died. You died. You died. Did. So to bring us back. Uh-oh. Did my Zoom freeze?
Oh yeah, it did. Oh, your Zoom didn't, but your stream's loading. Hang on.
My whole computer just froze.
Oh.
There we go. I think we're back.
Oh.
We're back. Are we back? We're back. Yeah, I dropped
The
frames
character
right
is
there.
looking-
Just my whole thing
Yeah.
just went. Bzzz. But we're good now. We're good.
It's still.
It says it's good on my end.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you come back.
Gotta
You
get
come
the little
back.
delay. It's the delay on the stream. Look at all
Hey,
this majestic facial hair on stream. Well, we got the Movember going, so I've got the raising funds for Movember. Exclamation mark Mo, M-O, or exclamation mark Movember. If you want to donate to the charity, our team goal is $6,000, and we're over halfway there for our team goal. My goal is $1,000, and I think I'm at like 300, somewhere around there.
Nice.
So if you can go ahead and make those donations and help out, that's awesome. And if not, that's okay. Just spread awareness. Tell people, hey, make sure to go in, as that alert said, check your bum. Make sure to go and see your doctor. It's all about prostate cancer, testicular cancer, men's mental health, everybody's mental health, really. Mental health awareness, suicide prevention. So go ahead and make sure you spread awareness. Even if you can't donate, just find a post and share it on your social medias about mental health awareness or something, just to kind of spread it out there. Most guys don't go to the doctor. Like, I'm a man, I don't need to go to the doctor, and then they die. So make sure that they go to the doctor.
Yeah. My appendix melted once and I took like a week and a bit to go. So yeah, should have went a bit earlier. It was just
Yeah.
kind of annoying. It wasn't really sore. No, well.
Go to the doctors,
Anyway.
people. Go to your doctor.
So we did a freestyle.
We did a freestyle. You did a freestyle. You did.
Hopefully it was in time.
Yeah, it was in
Sometimes
time.
it is.
It worked out. Like I said, it's the way that I have it set up is everything does share like it might be a millisecond or two off. So,
Okay.
but I'm
That's
always
good to-
distracted. Every time your puppy dog goes by, I get distracted. I'm like, oh, cute puppy dog. I want to just give
I know.
snuggles.
I could probably get her to say hi.
All the
She's
snuggles.
very cute. John, come here. Come on. Don't embarrass me. Come here.
You're just too comfy. Come show everyone your cuteness.
Oh,
Isn't
she's so adorable. I want to give. Can we change the topic to doggos? Cute doggos.
Yeah.
Cute doggos, snuggles. It's just a little floofball, like the perfect little size. Not too small, not too big.
Yeah, she's the biggest of the small dogs. So she's the biggest toy breed you can get.
Wow.
Yeah. Which was the
Right
compromise
back
at
to
the
where
time.
she was. Right, exactly
Yeah.
the same exact location. Like that's
You
the
can see
spot.
me from there.
It's the exact spot.
I have to be in eyesight at all times, usually. No, she's just eating her paw.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nom nom nom. Pause. Right where I step in like dirt and dog poo and whatever else. So yeah.
Speak. Good girl. Anyway.
Luckily, your microphone didn't make us deaf with the thing.
Oh, good.
It canceled it out a little bit.
That's probably for the best.
So when you are putting together, say, a hoedown, right? And this is something I've talked with other people because I worked with people who do it a lot more improv. I worked with some improv troops in the area. When you're putting together, say, a hoedown, and this goes with a lot of different improv, what is your mind going into it? Where are you putting in filler words while you're trying to figure out the punchline?
Okay, so hoedowns are a little different than freestyles, for instance. Hoedowns are pretty much worked out. If not right at the start, then I'll have to like fumble something at the end. But I've done them enough now where I can't really mess up a hoedown. So that's why I transitioned into freestyles, because that's now a challenge. Hoedowns are hard at the start, obviously.
Yeah.
But now I learned tricks freestyling that make hoedowns kind of like, you just have to think of two things for a hoedown. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Like freestyling is all word association essentially. So when you only have to do it twice, it's like really fast. But with a freestyle, you're doing like, I don't know, 50.
Every line.
yeah, there's a lot more, and you have way less time to think. The intro of a hoedown is where you get all your lines from. The only one in Whose Line Is Anyway that has any kind of challenge is Wayne, because he's first. But even then, he has so much intro, and they get as soon as the crowd said whatever, he's got it. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then he'll have it, and then he'll be like, "Can we make this funnier?" And then he's got so much time. Like the amount of time they have for hoedowns, especially, is insane. And by the time they get to Ryan, is like, he could have thought of 10 by then, or way more. You know what I mean? Anyway, so what my brain is doing originally is, it depends if there's a topic or not. So like, say there's one doggo, then it'll be like cute, fluffy, and then all I have to do is, Snoot, because that also goes with cute, because I can booper Snoot. So gonna booper Snoot because, oh my gosh, she's so freaking cute. She's also very fucking cuddly because she's big and boofy and she's so fluffy. It's like, even that one, I managed to get the rhyming words to relate to the dog.
Right.
You don't necessarily need to, but like, it's way better if they do. But you can set it up with anything. There's a point where any word you kind of think of, there's like a bank of 2 or 3 words ready to go that rhyme with it. But then you also get in a bad spot where you end up saying the same shit a lot. So because I freestyle and hoedown a lot on stream, it's hard to keep it fresh, because a lot of people know rockin' every nation. I say that all the fucking time. Or like, there's so many like little filler bars that come in that you should avoid or try to when you're doing this frequently with the same kind of people.
Right.
But like the people that were here that potentially hadn't seen that before earlier, that would have been fine. But the people that from my stream that are hanging in here, they're probably like, yep, I've probably heard a variation of this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that answers your question. I did at one point want to go through like a recorded freestyle and explain exactly what my brain's doing, because like, it's like doing this. If this is where it's like aiming to be, it's like constantly either ahead of itself and feeling good, or falling back and needing to fill it to catch back up.
Yeah.
To like,
that's what I always wondered.
Yeah. So
is it like, here are the 2 final words, the 2 final rhymes. These are the 2 words that rhyme at the very end, and then backfill it while you're talking at the beginning.
Yeah, I guess just filling in a sentence coherently while you're thinking at the same time. Like I explained my head is like having 3 freaking things going on at once. I have ADHD and ASD. So like, I reckon together those are why my brain is needing this kind of challenge and to need to think this fast, because it feels good and I can get into a flow state. So like, where's I going with that? So yeah, so I've got one part of my brain saying shit that I'm not even listening to. The other part's trying to word associate with whatever the last word was. So like, if it's inconvenient, then I've done a rhyme with that, and now I'm trying to word associate with inconvenient, so annoying, troublesome. And then you start talking with that in mind, and then hopefully you're going to come up with the rhyme that rhymes with that one first to say before then. That's probably sounding really hard to understand. You've got like setup and punchline.
Right.
So you never want to use the target word first. You always want to use that as the thing that rhymes. So like a lot of people when they're trying to like come up with a hoedown or a freestyle when they're not used to it or don't know what they're doing, will say the word first and then try to come up with something out their ass before the sentence finishes.
Right.
Which is a bad way to do it and will result in very funny things said, but in terms of doing a good freestyle, it's not going to work. So you constantly like you're talking and thinking the sentence at the same time as saying it out loud. It's really bizarre. What's this?
That is the timer is ended. The time is up.
Okay.
We've had 20 minutes talking about improv and comedy.
Yeah, that's it. Found about
Probably
like
more
minutes.
than that, more than 20 minutes of talking about improv and comedy. But
Maybe about now. Cool. Yeah, I was rambling anyway. I hope that was somewhat coherent.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to explain what's happening at the time because there's a lot going on at once.
I know a handful of guys, they'll sit there on their off time and they'll just like come up with words, and they'll come up with the words that rhyme with them, and they'll just like write them down, and that's their practice. That's how they practice on the side.
Yeah.
They'll be in a restaurant eating with their friends, and they'll have a little notebook down and be like, when somebody says a word, they're like, oh, I haven't rhymed that one yet. And then they'll write the word down and then all the different things, and then they'll try and remember all of those for future things like that. So
yeah.
We got Toasty Toesy says your dog is a true shrubbery, not big, but not too small.
Mm-hmm. She's just right.
Your buddy 3 Alta says, I'm still finding dog hair in places it shouldn't be, Book.
Yeah, Joe was here recently, and my dog sheds like crazy.
Yeah.
I could show you, like, it'll be on the carpet. You just can't really see it.
I had a lint roll. Yep.
That was just there.
Wait. Hold on. I got some too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it. You just become one with it.
Become one with the dog hair.
You can't get rid of it.
I also
too
have
much to keep up
vacuum,
with.
So.
Yeah, same. But like, I bet, yeah, it's just, I want to get, there's 4 of King Charles Cavalier that you can get in 4 different colors. And I wanted all of them. But if I got even 2, I would suffocate in here. It would just be here everywhere. If that's how much she does by herself, it ain't gonna happen.
It'd be like a daily 5 hours a day. Brush each of them.
Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, I'll need, maybe like 10 Roombas going at once. I don't know.
Well, would you name the Roombas, and what would you name them?
I used to have a Roomba called Roomby because I'm that creative.
Fair enough.
Suckmaster 5000.
Suckmaster 5000. I had a girlfriend with that nickname once.
You know, might not. Just kidding.
Sorry. There is the man, I wanted to go into more about, well, maybe we'll do that later. I wanted to go into more about the different types of like deliveries that there are in stand-up comedy, and
yeah, true.
I completely spaced that out until just now when I did one of them. That's one of my favorites. Is the
some people do just say things funny, and some people know what word, like what synonym to use. Like I saw Sarah Silverman talking about poop and how you can say like shit, poop, poo, dookie, diarrhea. Diarrhea is the funniest. It's just like all these words for the same thing. This is an extreme example because obviously, but like, yeah, you can say like gravel. For whatever reason, gravel is the fucking funniest word to me. If you can end a joke and like, yeah, I ate gravel. I don't know. It's just like, that's a bad example because that's very just me. But like, there are words like that just make a joke better as well as the delivery. But it's just like, yeah, there's little tiny things that you can craft to get laugh.
Yeah, I love that. Redneck Jedi. I know all about deliveries. Redneck Jedi works doing delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. Our next topic is it's very fun, and you guys are gonna love this. Weird talents that we all have. Book, I hear that you are a professional in a specific weird talent.
Which one?
One that involves your hands.
Oh,
I hear you're very hands-on.
My pen. No, I can do. I don't know if my mic's picking that up. I hope so.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, some of it.
Okay, cool. So you're hand farting, or I'm a manualist. Apparently, is what it's called. I don't know if I came up with that. I just say it's hand farts.
Hand farts. Yeah. Okay.
That
makes sense. It's like hand farts make sense. What the?
It is what it is.
What is a manualist?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah. So I do that. I've just kind of been doing that forever. I don't really remember when I started doing that.
Didn't you
Or-
win something doing that?
I didn't win something. I did a cover of the Game of Thrones theme with hand farts, and someone took it and put it on 9gag, and it got like 6 million views. And my sister like messaged me in the morning, was like, "What the fuck? You've gone viral." I was like, "Huh?" So that was cool. And then through that happening, you get messages from a bunch of people, and then asking if they can repost it or whatever. And then also, France Has Got Talent emailed and wanted me to fly to fucking Paris and do that. Which I don't really think that was the best idea, because as much fun as I have hand farting, it's not all I do. Like, it's in my head, it's just a very fun thing I just do on the side when I'm streaming. You know?
Yeah. But
It's
it would
not
have
like-
been
I don't
fun
wanna be-
content
I don't
for
want to
their
be
show.
the. Yeah, I don't want to be the hand farter.
It would have been a
I
free
don't- you know,
trip
like-
to France, right?
Yeah, however, what happened was it was also COVID, like right at the same time.
Oh.
So
Write them
that'll
back
kind of-
now.
Again, I'm a bit of a hand fart guy. But the more I like say that, then I'll just become it. But like, you know, I do find it fun, obviously, and it's weird. The other weird thing is people might be trying to do it right now, and don't feel bad if you can't do it, because I can do it like this.
Yeah, I'm like, I can feel it, but I can't do it where it's loud. I used to do the underarm ones all the time.
But however, if I do this, I can't do it at all.
Huh.
I
So
can
your
only
hands
do
are
it with
just
my
built
hands.
perfectly to do it
My
the one
hands
way.
are built, yeah, I think so. Because I can't do it this way, and I can do it fine this way. So it's like, the fuck if I know.
Or
That's a
I used to
weird
do it
one.
like this. You know, you put your hands up like that and do it.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a
you
lot
can make
easier to
fart
control.
noises all over the show. It's like changing the pitch, so it's like. So you can get like most of it. You can get most of the range, which is fun to like then do when you listen to songs. So there's that one.
And you have a bunch on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I used to
bunch of
post
videos.
more of those. I kind of like try things for a while and then give up on them and then try something else. So like, yeah, that's why I've got so many different accounts. And yeah, I used to do hand fart videos, but then they weren't really working. Mainly because the way I was doing it, it was just like getting copyrighted every time. So fair enough. And then
You should do a whole TikTok series saying, what is the name of the song? And then do it with the hand farts. And then people would have to reply what they think the name of what the song is. And that would
yeah.
cause it to go more, it would cause it to spread because people are guessing. And so it would feed the algorithm.
true. That's a good idea, actually.
The TikTok, you post every day, like, what is this song? And then, you know, the hand fart songs.
Yeah, I could do that. Really try it. There's the thing. It's quite like, it seems alright. Oh, Mario's fine for whatever reason. But like, sometimes if I'm trying to do a song and you don't know what song I'm trying to do, you won't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
But like, when you're hearing it against the song, it's like, okay. So like, I don't even know if it's even that good. It's good for like, whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know? But like, I think that people aren't normally doing, I guess. I don't know anyone else that does it. I've seen other people on YouTube do it, but I don't know them. It's a very niche, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Someone on, I think it was Finland's Got Talent, like one doing hand farts.
Well, that's,
Like, if you
I mean,
go,
shout
it's
out to all our
Finland.
Finnish people, but
Yeah.
I mean,
What else you got going
the
on?
talent pool is just, just kidding. Just kidding. We love you, Finland.
Yeah, it's super mean to Finland for no reason.
The curly girl goes timer. Yep, I forgot it again, so it's running now.
Nice.
Damn me. It's been one of those
Uh.
days. I don't know about you, but it's been one of those days for me.
Now I'm gonna get all naked because it's getting hot in here. Oh,
Getting hot in here.
Summer in New Zealand.
So take
I'm
off all those
roasting.
clothes.
All right, we're back.
So, you know, I had this topic though. I was like, we were talking about it. And I was like, well, I want to get the hand farts in there because you do that a lot and it's funny as heck. And then I was like, well, we could just talk about weird talents. And then I was like, what kind of weird talents do I have? The only weird talent I have is the ability to, the only weird talent, weird is the you know, out of the, your dog.
Oh, what's she doing? Is she humping it or something?
No, it was on top and she's like trying to get out of it.
With Charlie.
Is I have this weird ability, weird
Hmm.
capability to take damn near any conversation and turn it into something about professional wrestling. Across the board. And to my detriment, like I would get in trouble at work because we'd be working and we'd be talking about something and I'd be like, oh yeah, like, this thing Macho Man Randy Savage did back in the 80s, or, like this thing that happened, whatever, and they're like, dude, what is your problem?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a talent or if that's just being annoying.
I just think you like talk about wrestling, man.
I do. I mean,
I like talking about the things I said, the topics. I'm like, these are the things I'll like. If I can talk to people about this, I will, because it's hard to talk to people about these things. So yeah, I totally get it. I've got a friend that he manages to pull most topics back to wrestling too. So
yes,
you're not alone.
Yes,
he even got me to watch it for a little bit. I don't now, but he got me.
Get me and that person in a room together, and the world will implode.
It will, and I've seen him do it to people that also like wrestling. It's like, well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
By the way, I just changed the entire topic to wrestling just now by talking about weird talents. So
well,
I mean, it worked. It doubly worked right there.
You're just so talented.
So good at it. So I premeditated it. Even I didn't.
Just natural. Just
it was actually I spent most of my day going, what kind of weird talents do I have? I don't like all of my stuff. It's not really talent. It's just stuff that I've done, and it's not really a talent per se, because it's not
what
really,
even is talent.
It's not really anything good. It's not fun. It's not unique. Like everybody else could probably do it. And it's like, oh, but nobody can change topics into wrestling like I can.
Huh. Hey man, get at the top of the CV, I reckon.
What about you? Any other talent? Any other talent that you wish you had? Any weird things that other people have that you're like, man, I wish I could do that weird, that unique, out of the ordinary.
If it was a talent I wish I had, there's probably like two. Which is music and coding. Probably not so much that one, but like I studied film, and during that you make a lot of short films or whatever. I can do every part of the process of making a film up until having to compose music, and that part's annoying. Because I can do everything else, and it's just like, if I could just do that, but I would just be able to do everything by myself.
Yeah.
But it's just like, so that's annoying. However, I've been having so much fun making AI music, and I hate AI when it comes to art. It's been so conflicting, but like making the thing shit out a stupid song, it is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like professional it sounds when it isn't at all. Like that juxtaposition's great.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So
and I agree. Like I'm torn as well, because I want to support the creators, the artists, the people that can actually do that. But if you look in my wallet, it's not going to allow me to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
right, probably talk more about this in the art part. Was there an art part? I think so. Probably talk about art at some point.
Yes, we're going to talk about our after the break when we come back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
When we come back,
we won't get into it too much now. But I guess art's another talent. Talent's a weird word. I practiced for like a long time.
I don't think art is a weird talent. I think art is a talent. It's a normal talent. It's a talent that's, if we compare the world and the talents of the world, and you go hand fart or doing awesome drawings, I think hand fart's one, and making wrestling references off the top of your head for anything, any situation is a weird talent. But art is not a weird talent. I don't think is.
Right. Oh, I guess the freestyling is a weird talent then.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird talent.
It's just like a version of improv. Really.
It is.
But yeah, that subsect of it, I guess. I'm okay at it. There's a lot of it that I know I'm doing wrong and don't like, but that's just gonna be the case with everything I do. Like that's all I see in the art, in the hand farts, in the freestyles, you know what I mean? But you're always kind of gonna be learning everything forever.
Yeah.
Like who's just like done, You're always going to find something new. I've been doing that. There's going to be more art stuff. I'm trying to like not talk about art too much so we can save it for later. But yeah, just like the freestyling thing's been interesting because that wasn't something I was naturally good at. Unlike the other things I fall into.
Yeah.
I guess like art has always been sort of in my life. Around the same kind of time as when I was saying, people were saying, you're funny, I was like, and you're good at drawing cartoons or whatever. And in that same class, I was going through some old school stuff. In that same class, it says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it says 2D animator. and like I basically do that. Like most of the commissions I get nowadays are emotes. I do a lot of emotes. Now they're animated, so like there's been a lot more animating than usual.
Yeah.
So, where the fuck was I going with that?
I don't know.
Where'd I go? How'd I get onto art again? I'm trying to get away from art. Oh yeah, sorry. So freestyling. Like you said, you like adding extra things to songs and whatever for fun. Because that's what I used to do too. And like they would rhyme for like a second and then they would fall to bits. And it wasn't until I saw Harry Mack videos. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
Okay. Harry Mack is like probably the best freestyler in the world currently.
Okay.
He's just like insane. I went and saw him in Australia like a month ago. Here's a ticket. This guy.
Okay. So it's just like people give him stuff and he makes the stuff up as you go, or like
what I was doing before,
this freestyle rap battle sort of thing.
No, he's just him. And like, yeah, people. He got famous doing Omegle videos where like you just ask them for 3 words and then do a rap, and they'll be like, "Oh fuck," because yeah, it's so good.
Okay.
I
probably that was really inspiring. Stuff now that you mentioned.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, seeing his stuff was really inspiring to me. And when I see something like that I'm like, that's really cool. I wonder if I could do that. Then I just, try. And if I'm like, it depends on what it is, but if it's like something that clicks with me, I'll usually be able to figure it out to an extent. But that kind of skill doesn't come with important things. It only comes with like freestyling, or like I started speed running Celeste and beat it under an hour, and it's like, what the fuck was the point of that? And it's just like, my brain can start doing things, and then I just can't aim it at the right thing. But like then sometimes it's cool. But like, yeah, no, just freestyling is really fun because you can feel yourself getting better faster.
Yeah.
Than other skills, I think.
Would you say that ADHD is a talent? Like in its own right?
Kind of. People don't really like necessarily hearing like the superpower part. But the hyper focus on certain things is very much a superpower. It's insane. You can go like 10 hours and not even blink, and then you haven't eaten, like you've done like a week's worth of stuff, and it's like, but then the rest of the time you're not doing anything. Yeah. So it's all over the show.
The next thing you know, you forgot that you did that for.
Yeah, like I can remember hyper focus moments. They usually stick with me because they're just like, damn, that was like insanely productive. And then the rest, like, in this week, I don't do anything. I was just like, I don't have any beans. Maybe I'll have some tomorrow. And the next day comes like, clean up the house a bit, because I can only do things that is what I don't want to, like, what I want to be doing is coming in here, being productive and learning how to draw better and, doing stream stuff and like being productive that way.
Right.
But when I've got no beans, it's like, clean the bench, I don't know. And then like, that's all you do in a day. So yeah, sometimes really good, sometimes fucking terrible.
Did the where did that, rewinding a little bit, where did the hand farts start? By the way, the hand fart is the whole reason I made this. It's like, well, you said hand farts. I'm like, I don't think we can talk for 20 minutes about hand farts, but we can give it a shot.
I mean, did you guys get the gist of it? I could like do it to a song. Put the hand hoedown on, or just hand fart to that.
Okay. And well, we couldn't really hear. We could hear that there were farting sounds, but we couldn't hear super close because you're.
Okay, I'll put it a bit further away.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Your the microphone, whatever your filter is, was trying to filter it out as background sound.
Okay, yeah. That's what I was asking before, because the hand farts go a bit weird with the mic.
Yeah. At the end, it started to realize, oh, I'm supposed to be hearing this, and then it started to pick up at the very end there.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, people can go and check out the Book Ruffell Cartoons YouTube and check out all the videos, so that way we know what we're
Yeah, you'll get a better idea. Yeah.
So where did that start? Where did you first realize, hey, I can do this? Because most people, like I was saying, like most people do it like under the arms, or they go like this. They don't do it with like their bare hands.
Yeah. I probably was just doing weird shit, just like making noises with my body anyway, just for like. and then just like, I don't know, and then just like, probably, I don't know when. It would have just, it probably was quite young. I don't really remember. It's just like some things like the art as well. It's just like I've been doing it forever. I don't remember when I started doing that.
Yeah.
My parents might be able to tell you, but I wouldn't have a clue. I just assumed forever.
Hilarious. Did you irritate them with it? Were you like,
Yeah.
sitting in the car, long car ride, you're like, fart, 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 fart,
Not
fart,
just
fart,
that.
fart, and they're like, son of a,
There was
he's hand farting
definitely-
on us again.
I'm super annoying. I'm sure if there was a way, I would have found a way to annoy them. That was like my whole thing. I don't know why. My dad like making that face when I was just fucking super annoyed. That was really funny when I was a kid. So it's probably the worst.
Was that a talent?
Yeah, why did my
irritate
dad
your
up?
parents.
Easy.
What other things did you do to be irritating to said parents? And do you regret any of it today?
I don't know. They never bring it up. Maybe it was fun. I don't remember.
Anything you can say
Nothing
on
really.
stream. We're not gonna.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
not trying to
trying to-
incriminate you or anything. or are we?
It was probably more my sister I was annoying. To be fair.
Well, I mean,
was
that's
fun.
that's kind of your job as a brother, right? Is to be
Yeah.
irritating to the sister.
Yeah, she just cottoned onto it way quick. So it was like, as soon as you started, it was like, Mom, I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't even get to do it yet.
It just knows you too well.
Yeah, it was just, yeah. Then it got lame.
Incriminate. I don't know if that's the voice
Hey,
that
what
they're
up,
using
bloke?
in the chat. Incriminate. That's the one I'm
Sexy
feeling.
son of a bitch. Sorry, this guy he's just so dead. Anyway, distracted. But yeah, hand farts. Hand farts are fun. It was getting the one that blew up. Then there's another one that blew up too, also on my channel, which was the Beep Beep I'm a Sheep. I don't know if you know Tom Scar. He's like
No.
he's like another English YouTube
What was the
comedian guy.
original song? The first one that went viral.
Beep Beep I'm a Sheep. Which is a song from Astor movie, I think. And then Game of Thrones was the other one. But that one blew up not on my YouTube, on 9gag.
Yeah.
So
right.
my video has
Right. You did mention that it was.
What do you mean? What do you mean by shaking it? What are you doing? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Get all hot ones.
What do you mean? I love that clip. That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
clips. I love her as an actress, as a person. I like watching her interviews and all that kind of stuff. So when
Yeah,
she
she's
did that,
great.
I both was like, oh, I love this, and at the same time, I was like, oh, I feel so bad. I just want to save you.
I always find it funny that they don't watch the show because none of them know that's coming up. When you start shaking, you think one of them will be like, oh yeah. But no, they're always like, what's happening? What? But,
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean by shaking it? And there are some that go in there and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the last dab, right? And you can tell that they're like big fans of the show. And then you got the people that say that they're big fans of the show, but then they don't know what's going on. You're like, are you just saying you're a big fan of the show? You're not really a big
Yeah,
fan.
yeah.
If you don't know what's going on, you're not a big fan of the show.
Exactly. I've seen every episode. Have you tried to bomb?
I have not. I really want to try Los Calientes though.
That one's really good. I got Los Calientes in their classic one, and then the bomb and a last dab. And the bomb is no joke.
No, I heard that it should be the last one because it's
Yeah.
disgusting. I hear, but I
Well, then
guess
I heard-
okay. So you've tried them both, right? You've tried the last dab
Yeah.
and the bomb. Is one hotter than the other?
The bomb's considered like the bomb's insane. So I think it's actually not hot sauce. It's like concentrated hot sauce
Yeah.
that they decided to use in the show as like a sauce, and that's why it's insanely hot.
Then why
I
don't
give
they
it to
put that
people.
at the end?
Yeah. They just goofed it too early, and then they just couldn't move it to the end, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they,
I just
yeah,
thought I always
talking
thought
about how-
having not had it, I always just assumed that it was
Mm.
just that it was gross and not that it was extra hot. It was just because it didn't have anything else to it other than just heat for
No,
the sake of
it's
heat.
Stupid hot. Yeah, and it tastes like batteries. It's like it's hard to describe. What you're supposed to do is like put a drop in a massive stew and like let it dissipate throughout the whole thing, and that will still be hot.
Yeah.
Like you need I tell people like you need like an atom's amount, and then lick that, and it'll be still too hot. And everyone always goes "Bleh," and gets the biggest fucking thing and ruins their whole day, and it's the fucking funniest shit.
I would do that. I would probably do that.
Yeah.
I actually
Not
I
with the
wanted
bomb.
to. So we're doing Movember and we're raising funds for Movember. I actually
Mm.
wanted to. I wanted to, if I hit my goal, I wanted to just get the lineup. You know,
Yeah.
they
That'd
sell
be
the
cool.
box lineup and do the lineup as hot wings on the stream as a reward. But then I realized I didn't have the money to buy that damn thing, and so
They're very dear, yeah.
it's so expensive. I was like, well, I
It
can't.
was actually a gift.
Yeah,
That's
I
how I
couldn't
got it.
afford to get the lineup. I couldn't even afford to get 5 of the lineup. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I can't. Yeah, no. Unless somebody
Yeah,
else wanted to send it to me, then
The
I
Los
would.
Calientes one, I actually ate and like used. The other ones were just for fun. You know, like
It's the Los Calientes was the only one that Gordon Ramsay said that he wanted to order to have in his cabinet.
yeah, it was
And
really
I was
good.
like, okay. And I've heard multiple people. I think Chris Jericho and Steve Austin both like that. By the way, switching it back to wrestling because that's my weird talent. Because they were on Hot Ones.
Yeah, I did notice a few of them. That's when I was watching it too. I was like, why are they showing up now just because I'm watching it? Yeah.
Yep.
I was watching AEW, if that tickles your fancy.
I do like an AEW. I liked it when it first came out. But now it feels like a pre NWO, like early 90s, like a 90 to 93 WCW. But with good matches. So
yeah, it was fine. It just sort of petered out.
yeah, it's good. The matches are good. If you just want to watch really great wrestling matches with some crazy shit, AEW is the place to be. But yeah, I've cycled back to the WWE realm.
Yeah,
now,
have a little bit of it.
Now that Vince is completely gone and Hunter is in charge, like the content is so much better now.
Oh, it's good.
But yeah, for sure. I'm just waiting for this timer. This timer's telling us we got 2 minutes left.
True.
I was like, we've got 2 minutes, but I was late on getting that sucker started by a considerable amount. So I was like, well, we can go off topic a little bit. No big deal.
True. No big deal.
No big deal.
I think don't really know what else to say about the hand farts really. It's just weirdly impressive because no one else is doing it, I guess. If everyone was doing it, they could probably figure it out. I don't know. So it's a weird one. I don't know how to quantify.
I might be able to do it if if I licked my hands, I might be able like I can feel the sound.
I don't want them wet at all. Like the drier they are, the better. I've seen people in their YouTube videos have like a bag of like climbing powder or flour or some shit, and they puff it on their hands and it sounds way better. And I've tried that before and it works too. But then it gets flour everywhere. But it does work better. You don't want them sweaty or wet.
You'd think that you would because that's what causes the sound.
So if I'm doing it for ages, like if I'm trying to do a whole song, first of all, my forearms will fucking die and my wrists get real sore, so I can't really do it that long. But the longer you go, then your hands get a bit clammy, and then like pushing them out is like way harder. It's just like I'm taking a shit.
Push it out.
We're
talking about the hand farts, people.
You push so hard for so little return, and it's just like you just hurt your hand. So yeah, you don't want them wet.
Make sure you have some toilet paper nearby just in case a little extra squeaks out.
Yeah, you want to fart directly in the toilet paper.
Oh, yeah, you don't want your hands wet because then you'd have wet farts, right? You don't want the wet farts.
Exactly. No one wants wet farts.
After the spicy chip I had earlier, I'll probably have that tomorrow.
Yeah. That must be every time, right?
We did it.
Hey!
20 minutes talking about hand farts, kind
of.
All right, everybody who is here, please stick around. When we come back, we're going to talk about art. We're going to talk about cartooning with the one, the only book Ruffell Cartoons. Please stick around through the break for when we come back, and you will learn all of the secrets, the deep, dark secrets of the illustrious and enigmous book Ruffell Cartoons. When we get back, we'll see you in a bit, guys. All right, we are back, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking it out through the break. Welcome on in, Wino. Hello, hello. I don't know if you are just joining us or if you came in on a raid or if you've been here for a while, but welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for being here. We started off the show with our friend Book Ruffell Cartoons. We've been chatting about all kinds of stuff. We talked comedy, we talked improv, we talked a little bit about comedians. We talked about some of our weird talents that we've had. We've just run the gamut of topics. We talked about the puppet dog in the background who's no longer there anymore. They've been magically turned into a blanket or a jacket or a shirt or that was your sweater.
It's concerning, actually.
Where is she? Where did she go?
She's in the lounge up to shenanigans.
Up to shenanigans.
Good girl.
And magically summoned the dog returns. Bum, bum, bum.
That's better.
There we go.
Gotta have her in the background.
Doggo is back. I'm glad nothing happened. Nothing was in the way, but so yeah, thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for joining us. It's a bit of a fun show. Of course, go and check out Book Ruffell Cartoons right here on Twitch. Also, you can find them on Instagram, X, Facebook, Blue Sky. I was sending out the poster for this event, and I was like, yeah, I wonder if he's on Blue Sky. Maybe he is. And I'm like, he is. So I tagged you on there.
I only just made it.
Nice. A lot of people are just coming into Blue Sky, So welcome on in. There you go. You can just click on his name right there. Just click on the name in the chat to check out the one and only Book Ruffell Cartoons. Or you can just Google search. It's like all of this stuff is in the first 5 or 6 things. So just type it in right there, like good. you see under his name. You can just type it like that with the spaces and all, and it'll come up. So I didn't know if there was supposed to be a space between Book and Ruffell, or if it was supposed to be one, just because we're used to like the Twitch tags. So it's like, is it one? Is it not? I'm like, well, one of your Facebook profiles has them separated, so I'm assuming they're supposed to be separate.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm so inconsistent. It was Book Ruffell for ages, then it was Book Ruffell Cartoons, and now I'm like thinking about going back to Book Ruffell because I'd like do way more than just cartoons on stream now.
Right.
So it's like, ugh. And it's so long.
But I like it. I like it. It's got this rhythm.
Yeah, I know. That's why I sort of want to keep it too. And all my branding, whatever. Branding.
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 I love the branding. And of course, as we mentioned, we do have other topics as well coming up. We're going to be talking about art and cartooning, which is actually our next topic, which I'll have to make sure to push the goddamn timer. There you are, timer, right there. Make sure you get pushed when we get started on that topic. So go and give Book Ruffell Cartoons a follow. You won't want to miss the upcoming shows. And you do a lot of Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
And what other stuff do you do on your stream, recently. On your live stream? What other stuff do you do?
It's a lot of art, it'll either be a commission I've got that I'm working on that day, or I'll be working on a fan art or something. And then if I'm not doing that, I'll be probably playing Mario Kart. Or if there's just a game that tickles my fancy that week, we'll give that a go. And those streams are usually quite fun. But yeah, it's about what we do. It's a bit all over the place.
Yeah, and there's
mainly art. Yeah,
your little Wix site. So if people want to like custom order stuff, get assets, cartoon portraits, all that kind of stuff. Pre-made stuff that's like just generic things. You can go ahead and get that right there. Especially if you're a streamer, a lot of streamers here can go ahead and get Book as your emote artiste.
Yeah, I do a lot of Twitch stuff now. I used to just do family portraits mainly, which I do around this time of year for Christmas stuff as well. But that used to be all I did. And then one day, the Etsy algorithm just changed completely. And I'd wake up most mornings with a portrait commission. And then overnight, they just disappeared completely. Just stopped. And I was like, whoa. And then emotes started selling better. So I've sort of just pivoted over to Twitch stuff now.
Huh. When you were doing all the Twitch stuff and stuff like that, did you have trouble? Because you got the format, so it's like, okay, well, you've got to get it down to that perfect square of 112, 56, and 28. So you've got to make sure that like your image isn't missing anything when it's shrunk down. Yeah. But you also want it to have the information, the stuff that's there, right?
Emote art's tricky. You gotta like have something simple but still cool. and because they're so tiny, that's the most heart-wrenching part about emote arts, because I draw them big,
Yeah.
so I can see what I'm doing, and then usually I have to like make the outlines way thicker so it's readable when it's tiny, and then when you see it tiny, you're just like, there's so many little details that get lost. It's cool now that you can
The
post big emotes.
gigantify.
Yeah, that's really cool feature, because now you can actually see work that went into these teeny tiny little things. Emotes are fine. I've gotten pretty good at them now, and I completely lost count of how many I've done. It's like I think it's in the hundreds somewhere. It's like lots. But they're a lot better than sub badges because they're even smaller and you can't even see anything. Sub badges are a waste of time away, but they should just be a shape, because like you're not gonna see anything. Mine are just ice creams. Like, and yeah, sub badges are dumb. But yeah, emote art's been an interesting way to draw, because it's like, yeah, as you said, in a square, which is a weird way to draw. It's annoying that all these social media places where you post art like squares, because composition wise, squares suck.
Yeah, you can't really do the thirds very easily.
You want a portrait, yeah, and break it up, and yeah, so that annoys me as an artist, because composition's one of my favorite things, is balancing a page. I have a graphic novel out that's a comic, which is essentially like 6 mini compositions within a full composition.
Okay.
So like balancing a comic page is hard,
right,
but like really fun when it looks right. Like, yeah, it's way different. That's like an extreme version of an emote, I guess. It's like the other end.
Yeah.
Where an emote's the worst. The worst for composition in a comic page is really fun, because there's so many different ways you can do it, and you can get really creative with comics because people don't care. You know, they kind of want it to be a bit more than just like boxes and pictures in the boxes, like having stuff come out of the boxes, or like, you know, big words, movements, I don't know, splash pages. There's cool things you can do with that medium. And there isn't with emotes now. There are cool things you can do with emotes, but like limiting, yes.
So let's take that extra step, because we got you know, you're limited with the emotes because they're that big, except for they're that big.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's the biggest one. You know, the tiniest one is like,
yeah,
you know, super tiny. But then you get that, and then it's like, okay, now they added animated emotes.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to make the damn thing move or do something unique.
Yep. I'll post some of the ones I've done. Well, there's a couple. Yeah, same thing. You need a really clear silhouette, or else it's gonna be kind of hard to tell what the splotch down there is doing. But like, yeah, dancing's usually right. It's just like, you can see Sam's next to my one. I had to like cut half the body off in order to get it to fit in the square.
Yeah.
I just made my legs like this long in order to fit the dancing one. But there's some stuff with cartoons you can get away with a bit easier. Like, I always draw my cartoon characters with like half length legs, just because I don't like legs. They're too long. They take up too much of your body. They're boring.
Right.
Like, people like up here, and then the rest of them's down here. So it's like, nah, just shrink that, and then just like half and half it, I reckon.
Right. Well, and you got a lot of faces too, right? Just close up of whatever the face is.
Yeah, you can do big face ones. Depends what the emote is. I'm just trying to see if I'm even subscribed to at the moment, if I've done their emotes or not. A lot of Sam's ones.
And I know our friend King Iden, like you mentioned, Cat Classic Sam, Puddle Butts all have emotes of yours. I think he has a custom one, doesn't he have a butt clenching one that King Iden?
Yeah, he's got a butt clench and a band hammer, I think. That was a minute ago now. That's the other thing. I forget. I forget so many things I've drawn, especially portraits. I'll go back and look at portraits. I was like, when did I even? Who are these people?
When you see an art, can you tell it's yours? Like if you're just scrolling through a bunch of different art that's similar, you know, the cartoony style art. When you see some of them, do you go, "Oh, that's mine"? Even if you didn't know it was yours, would you recognize the style?
I would think so. I don't know if that's happened heaps. I'd say so. I feel like people can spot my style, even though it's... Yeah, I made that one too. Even though I made it...
Here's the Puddle Butts one.
Hey,
Dilly the Dough! Welcome on.
Hey, haven't seen him for a minute.
Ah, Dilly the Dough. We love the Dilly the Dough.
We do.
Dilly's an OG. We were talking earlier off stream about the people from our OG crew when we first started streaming. Dilly the Dough is one of the very first people that I knew when I first started streaming. So he's awesome, dude. Got a great I remember when he was like still going to school trying to figure out what he's going to do with his life, and now he's like this big super cool professional, got an awesome career, an awesome life. So I'm super happy for our friend Dilly the Doe. Welcome on
Me
in.
too. Killing
Two
it.
legends
Good
of
work.
streamers.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Yeah. Animated emotes. They're kind of fun too in their own way.
They are. What is your other than yourself, do you pay attention to other people that do like the animated emotes or emotes at all? Do you pay attention to the other artists in the Twitchverse?
I definitely see all the emotes and like looking at them and like especially if there's some that it's like I don't know what the heck's going on. I have to like zoom in on those and see why it's not working. That's kind of handy. But yeah, there are a lot of ones that stick out. Like there's one where it's just like some like a bear or something rotating, or just like an animal rotating on the spot, and that's a cool one that I've seen come up. A lot of butt ones, which was weird because Twitch was really no butts. Right. They didn't like butt emotes at all. Like Haley and I think Puddle Butts I did 2 butts for, and they both got in trouble.
Yeah. Because
Twitch was like, no butts. And then now you can have butts, and all the butts emotes are coming back. And so I'm like, what the fuck does butts here? We don't have butts. So,
well, it was with that the new content allowment where they were allowing stuff.
They changed heaps of rules, and then some things that were fine then started getting people's accounts in trouble. Like there's a German streamer I made a shit ton of emotes for, and one of them was just like a thumbs down with a big X on it, and he got in trouble for that because you can't have single letters now, which to an extent I understand, but like it's really rough to like be like, hey, that's not allowed all of a sudden, and now you can't upload emotes and get them instantly. You have to wait now. It's like they get in trouble for that, which is ridiculous.
once you get in trouble, you're on a list. You're on the list.
And it's always for something
the
dumb
Twitch
like
BI.
Yeah. So like that's all over the show. Keeping up with what's okay is like really annoying. But that's one thing that I've noticed about the emotes is that the butts are coming back. And they're coming back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance. Dun, dun, dun. Wait. They're coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Puddle's got one banned for a bit, but she brought it back. Yeah, it was cool how I met Puddle because she just ordered some randomly off Etsy one day, and I just happened to message back saying, hey, what's your stream? Thanks for ordering. I want to see you use them in your stream, whatever. And Puddle Buds is freaking cool. And then freaking Epigrams was there. And then I thought I met Epigrams through Sam, and it's been a whole thing.
It's been a whole thing. Yeah, we discussed that earlier. Like, where did we meet?
Yeah. That one, yeah. That I still think that emote came out way better than it should have.
That is
when I started that one.
Butts
with
are
the skull with the butt.
Yeah, the
skull. I had no idea.
Well, because your skull emotes were like one of you could just order the skulls, right?
Yeah.
That was just one of your generic pre-made assets. And then Puddle Butts is like, can we get one of the skull doing this or the skull doing that?
Yeah, can you give the skull a butt? And I was like, challenge accepted. And she does that to me all the time. She'll like be like, hey, can you make this do this? I'm like, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
What is the weirdest request you've had for an emote?
I mean, probably that one. Or the other one she had was I drew just a butt. It was a blue butt with a puddle under it as like a puddle butt. And it was just small and simple. And it was just part of like I drew my community in just like a big picture, and she was down there at the butt, and she wanted that as an emote. And then the brows, I was like, you can't. This was back in the butt again days too, so I was like, you can't have this butt. You gotta get in trouble. She's like, I'm using the butt. I'm like, don't use the butt pose. She's like, I'm using the butt. I'm like, all right, here you go. But I would say honestly that one, not the eyebrows on, although that is just as weird. But like, yeah, that butt bouncing like that.
You know the eyebrows though. You get the the eyebrows reference, right?
Yeah, for a raid.
Right.
But actually no, I just remember one. So there's a streamer called Jojo Taro, and he ordered a deck chair folding, and it just opens and folds like that, and it looks right. It looks like a chair folding. It was the first time I'd ever animated something like that. I was like, this is weird, but it's cool emote in the end. He says like, yeah, you folded or whatever. So that's what that was.
I'm trying real hard not to make a wrestling reference, just so you know.
Yeah. Oh, he loves wrestling too. But yeah, so I think those are probably the weirdest ones off the top of my noggin.
Sam says, make me an emote for me. Make an emote for me. I have no idea what it should be, but it should have sparkles, and I totally trust you. Oh, an animator.
Yeah.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Sam's a interesting case in terms of commissions because she never knows what she wants. She's the only client I have that's like this.
It should have sparkles. What is it? I don't know. Just it should have some sort of sparkles.
The fact that it says have sparkles is more information than I usually get.
Wow. When
But
it
we
comes
make
to
it
something
work.
like that, do they just, how do you go, okay, should it be something that can be like something that portrays an emotion, thus
I
emote?
usually like to go for that. So when I'm making my like custom packs,
Mm-hmm.
I don't just like do things for. I try not to just do one for the sake of it. You know, there should be like this is a happy one, and this is doing this for this reason, or whatever. I get like you don't really need to do that, but like it adds a little extra something if it's actually usable. That's some people will be like, I want this and this and this. I'm like, when is anyone going to use that? But that might be a thing in their stream that I don't know. But otherwise, it's like
Right.
I did that myself. I don't even know. Like I have emotes that people don't use out of my list, and I'm like, well, I should replace that one, even though I thought that was be handy for these situations. Like there were so many times where I was like, a streamer was eating something, I'm like, that looks good, or someone was talking about something that looked yummy. So I was like, I made a yum emote because that was coming up a lot,
Right.
and I didn't have an emote for it. I was like, okay, I'll make one of those. But yeah, I don't use that as often as I think. It's a weird balancing act to see. Like my hearts one is the one that everyone uses the most.
Yeah. I have.
Yeah.
So somebody I went to high school with is the person that did the first swath of emotes I had, and then they said that they weren't doing emotes anymore. They weren't doing any art anymore. And I was like,
Oh.
well, to me,
Dang.
they should all have this. They should all be uniform, so they should all be by the same artist. They should all have the same thing. And now I'm like, I don't know. Now I just constantly bounce around because I have no idea. Because nothing matches.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not
A lot
going to
of
go back.
people-
I'm not going to pay someone to redo the old ones. And so,
yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, because I know streamers that have like half my emotes, half other emotes that
Yeah.
are way different style or even a different character. And it's just like, you do you.
yeah, I'm just trying to keep the same characters.
Yeah,
what I'm-
same.
And then there's other things like there's an alert that I really like, and I was like, you know what, when this alert plays, I want to have an emote of the alert that's playing. And so like somebody sent me like, oh, I cropped it for you, and so then I just cleaned it up and it's like, there we go. Because like I can do stuff in Photoshop and I can do some stuff, but I am in no way, shape, or form an artist like you are. But yeah, so like 50% of the art is like, here's a picture of my dog and with the background cropped out. Here is a picture of an art somebody else made of something funny that I got the permission for, and then I sent it to someone else to animate it,
Right.
sort of thing. So, but I agree that it's really nice to have emotes of things that can be used as an emotion or as for something in particular. And I myself don't have a ton of those. Other than
Yeah.
like I have an LOL, and I think I have a flex one and like a high. Okay, I guess I do have a few, but
Yeah, most of the time there's like a raid one or a hype one or like a high or a buy. There's usually a few that come up every time.
yeah.
That you
I
just
like
like,
the idea
when you
of,
start doing them,
the
you're like,
yum
here we go.
one. I found a art of like a glass of rum. And I was like, I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to have a big word that says rum on it because I drink a lot of rum, and I talk about rum all the time on stream. It's like, rum! There it is.
Rubbity-dum-dum.
Rum.
I had a horrendous night on rum once. Bleh. Didn't.
Real
work.
rum, not
good.
that Captain Morgan sugary crap. The real stuff.
It wouldn't have been. It would have been bad.
Yeah, well, yours was probably like a Captain Morgan or a Sailor Jerry's. Is that what you're talking about, saying?
Oh, I don't even know what the brand was. This was like in high school.
It probably was.
It was
I
like-
would bet money that it wasn't something fancy.
No. I wouldn't have been.
As I
Yeah,
finish
drinking's
off
not
the
my
gin that
forte.
I was drinking tonight.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink for like 3 years.
Oh, is that? Can I ask? Feel free to say no, but was that by decision or just you didn't
Yeah,
want
it was.
to? Or
A lot of drinking in my family that's annoying, and if I have one, I'll have 10, so it's just easier to nip that in the bud.
okay, sounds good.
Then I started smoking weed, and that was way better. No hangovers, no dreams. It was fucking mwah.
Nice. You were talking
Yeah.
earlier about your conflict between AI
Mm.
music and AI art.
Yeah, that's been like.
And you were constantly
big
like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about
one.
art. It's just talking about art. It's talking about
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about art now. Let's talk about
Let's
art."
do that. Yeah, because this is a tricky one for me. Because I've been like so against the art this whole time, just because it looks bad to me, and I can pick it out, and I'm just like, it just like I hate talking about it like there's a soul to do with it. I just
Yeah.
don't know how to describe it another way. But like it's missing something. And not only that, there's like technical things to it that is wrong too. Like it uses every value that it can. Like every AI picture is going to use like from 0 to 100% black, or like all the colors in between somewhere, and it gives it this contrasty look that you could probably tell even if thinking about some of them you've seen. They're always very contrasty and just like it just looks wrong to me. It might get better, but for me, if like drawing or being an artist is like you're using your hands to, you know, create something, or not even necessarily hands. You're just like making something with like a talent that involves knowing certain things about, I don't know, like anatomy or just perspective, or just, you know, just little things like that that make up a picture. Whereas when you're typing something and it just shits it out, it's like
I like that
that's
phrase.
not
It
even
just
close
shits it
to
out.
like that process isn't even close to what being an artist is. So that aspect of that to me makes it a weird, uncomfortable thing. However, with the music part, when that first was coming out and people were like sending me ones that were just like generated, like the lyrics,
Yeah.
like the AI made the lyrics as well, I couldn't give any less of a fuck. That was just like the most boring song I didn't want to hear, even if it was catchy. But as soon as you incorporate writing your own lyrics into it, and now you're like hearing the thing you wrote come out as a thing, as opposed to like typing something in and an art piece comes out, it just is a way different because you're putting more into it, I guess, but you're not doing the music part. But like that's the thing that I've always loved is writing songs. Like I like lyrics and
Right.
like putting puns in and stuff, and that comes into the freestyle rapping as well. But again, like I was saying with the filmmaking stuff, the music is the part I can't do. So it's cool that it just puts like a beat of some description onto it, and then you can hear the song you wrote.
But it still just shits it out, doesn't it?
It definitely just shits it out, 100%. So it's shitting it out, but it's just like I could, because I've like written songs where I like find a beat and write a song over the beat. So in the same way, I'm still not making the music, and most like rappers and stuff aren't making the music either.
No.
You're essentially just cutting out like a commission that I wasn't going to be doing anyway. It's just like I get to dabble in this thing, and it's not like I'm like putting an album out or anything. I'm just fucking around making stupid songs.
Right.
But for whatever reason, the dopamine hit I get from those songs when they like when it finally just spits it out properly, and you're like saying, "Well, don't do it like this, do it like this," and then it finally it's a beat that's catchy, or whatever. Songs on there that have come out have been like more cool to me than songs I've heard before, which is stupid.
There's one that I hear quite consistently where every time there's a certain moment it hits, and I'm like trying to keep the tear from welling up because it's just like it's raw, and I'm like, man, that's great.
Yeah,
but
totally.
it still just shits it out.
It just shits it out.
Just shits it out.
And it's just stealing stuff from other things. It's just a cool. It's like a very extreme tool that they put in like Fruity Loops or something.
Right.
What are they called now? FL Studio. You know, it's essentially just like generating, because you could kind of do that with GarageBand years ago. You could like get it to generate a song in GarageBand, but like people weren't losing their mind about that.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know if people were using those beats. And that's another thing in like the music industry is the amount of times there's issues because whoever wrote the beat and whoever's doing the song come to blows, or there's a weird thing in the contract, or like, and it just goes to shit. And it's just like, that's why I like being able to do the whole process by myself.
Yeah.
In a way, just to cut out any kind of like potential future beefs.
I always have the struggle in my mind, the back and forth, you know, because you go, oh, I'm making the songs, but then you listen, there's a lot of TikTok videos of like, you know, they show Gen whatever, and then they show modern thing, and it's like two songs, and then you realize they're the same goddamn song. They're just different words.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, then really they're changing the lyrics, and they're manipulating the music that was already made, you know, once before. You You know, because
Yeah.
or then there's sampling. It's like, well,
Yeah, exactly.
you're sampling,
that's-
but it's like
yeah.
3/4 of the song is a sample.
And that's just so cheating because it makes the song way better and cooler. And just like, oh, I recognize that bit. It's just like a cheat code to be like, I already know this how to dance to this. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I always find that. And in comedy too. Like music and comedy, those together can like really like emphasize or like make it so much funnier.
Yeah.
Like Zach Galifianakis's special. I don't know if you've seen it. The end of that with Atomic Kitten song playing, like just having that song in there just makes it so much funnier. And it's like it's cheating, you know?
I love Zach
cheating.
Galifianakis. We were talking about delivery earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Yeah. Great delivery.
Zach Galifianakis, his delivery is very much different than you would get from, like, say, a Robin Williams, right?
Yeah. It's unique to him and it works. And like that's part of finding your voice in comedy too. Like Anthony Jeselnik has a really unique voice.
Yeah.
As well.
And he's got a really unique delivery too, because his is like that whole
Yeah.
you don't see it coming until it's too late.
Very unique delivery.
Yeah.
With
Or
him. Just the way how he carries himself and just the cadence. It's all very unique.
Right. Or who's the Lewis Black? Like, he's got a very specific delivery, a very specific way
voice.
of hitting that punchline and building up to the punchline.
Mm.
You know, the
Little
Starbucks
things like that. Yeah, it's just like with jokes as well. There's things that like masters at their craft are doing that you wouldn't even think about unless you're really like studying the thing or like trying to understand how it works. Like you might just think, oh, they thought of something funny now they're saying it, but like you don't have no idea the amount of like tiny edits, like even syllables that have been like taken out to make that funnier or a bit faster, or like because what brevity's the something of wit. I can't remember.
I can't remember because I did not.
Brevity is the soul of wit, I think, is the expression. So you want to get, and I've heard about people talking about jokes that way too, where it's like, cut out all the fat. There's like a way to get there that's as efficient as possible, and that's the way how you should really aim for it. The more fucking around you're doing on stage, or like during a stand-up set, is when people aren't laughing, and you want to like fill it up as much as possible. Right. So like that's why they put like if they're telling a story, they'll be like, the story's this long, but they have to like joke, even though they're just like telling this one thing. But you can't like joke. You know, it's like that's people. You lose people.
Right.
Like there has to be a joke every fucking. I can't remember.
Or at least something to make them laugh, right? Like
some
the
kind
way
of
you
like,
say something, or like a pause, a pause to make them laugh. And it
can be like that too. Yeah, a pause or like your cadence change, or just like tiny little things, just would be enough to be like keep them watching, because no one can listen to anything anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. People are probably zoning in and out. This like crazy.
They're not even. They're just lurking. They're not even paying attention. That's okay. That's okay. They can watch like three
streams going at once, and it's all this. That's what I do though. Music and 2 streams going at once and playing a game usually.
Yeah, that's same. I usually got I actually right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them up in the background, and I'm not actually, because we're here chatting, and you guys, if I was listening to them, you would know because I'm sharing the audio from my computer. So
yeah.
Of contemporary artists, I have also noticed that to me, there is a challenge in not delivering the same materials that have been delivered before, and keeping it in their whatever their wheelhouse is, their genre. And I'm noticing more and more that almost all comedians have realized that there's one very simple process they can do to get started, and that's just tell real stories.
Yeah.
Like, how often are you sitting there in the real world? Because I do it all the time. I've never done stand-up. I've grown up on stand-up. I probably should have been doing stand-up. I probably should have spent years doing it because I've studied it so much throughout my life. But there are so many times that I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this would be a great stand-up routine about this thing that just happened. Like, this could be really funny if told in the right way. How often does that happen to you?
All the time. So I have a notepad on my phone. I'll just scroll through it because it makes me laugh. Anytime I think of something that like could potentially be a bit or like a joke or something, it's just like, I don't know if you see it. It's just like,
yeah, you can see
it. So like, yeah, it's done.
By the way, guys, I had no idea he had that when I asked that question.
So the trick is with that, like you might be sitting there thinking this is funny, so that's why I write it down. Go read it later. If it's still funny, then there's like potential there. Otherwise, you're like, what in the fuck? What was I thinking at the time? Like there was one recently. I have no idea if it's funny or not. I just noticed I was in the shower and I was very zoned out.
Nothing
and I was
funny
holding
about
onto
being in the shower. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, not yet. I was holding onto the handle of it. What's like the the thing that you
Wait, the
change
handle of what?
the shower. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's not a handle. It's like the lever thing that you turn it on and off with. Anyway, I realized I'm standing there for ages, just grasping it, just really hard. And then I was looking, I was like, this looks like the shower's penis, and I won't let go of it. And I was just sitting there for ages thinking, what is it, And I was like, this is a funny thought, but I don't think this is funny outside of this and outside of me being in the shower at the moment. So like, right, yeah, that's just an example of a recent one. But like, I don't know if it's funny. I have to go back and check if that's funny, But then some of them in there, I'll forget that I've written them down, and then I'll read it and laugh. I'm like, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
If I can make myself laugh in the past and forget about it, then that's usually right.
Yeah,
But yeah,
oftentimes I'll
that
do
was
it and I'll
one
be like,
example.
nope, this will make fun of one of my friends. I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, they love it.
Redneck Jedi says, I do that with song ideas. The ideas always come in the middle of the night and I just got to write it down real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good Mitch Hedberg joke about that.
Oh, God,
There's-
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, the goat.
I knew you
There's
and I
like-
were friends for a reason.
Yeah,
There's
he's
a,
like,
his delivery. We talk about unique deliveries, right?
yeah.
There,
And
I don't
look
think
and
there
just,
is
like-
anyone who delivers in a more unique way than Mitch Hedberg did.
So Sage. Yeah, he was so good, man.
Because you'd never know where he was going, and sometimes you're waiting. He tells the joke, and then you're like waiting for the punchline, and then a half second later, you're like, oh my god, that was the punchline. Oh my god, that was genius. That was hilarious.
Those are my favorite jokes too, and they're the hardest ones to tell because you have to just assume everyone's really switched on or listening. Because yeah, those are my favorite jokes to write too. But like the risk of being like, and no one, it's just like,
right.
then you have to balance like dumbing it down, but you want them to get it. Like the jokes where it's like, and then it's like, yeah, those ones. I love those jokes.
Yeah, and it's very
Yeah.
he's very setup and punchline, but the setup and punchline are not unique.
Yeah, he's
Or
one
are
of those
not
ones that's, like,
not unoriginal. They're super unique, is what I meant to say.
he just had like a really good observational eye for
Yeah.
things. There are some comedians that are like that, like Jamoan. Do you know him?
I don't.
He's like a Irish Aussie kind of comedian. His like just observational humor, when jokes where it's like, oh, how did I not think of that? Like,
Right.
that's obvious, and it's so just right there. It's like it was right there for everyone, and no one saw it except this one guy, and it was just like, nice, Just like, also, damn it. But like those jokes are great, but also the opposite's great too. Like I think Shane Gillis's jokes. I was just talking about him recently. Like his special beautiful dogs. I think the jokes in there, I wouldn't have been able to like come up with, and they're also
Right.
like, they all felt like a bit that was like, that's an iconic bit now, or like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna forget that part. But like that was the whole thing. I was like, this special was fucking mean.
Right.
But yeah. So like the opposite's true on both ends. Like the ones where it's like, oh, how did I not think of that? And also, how did you think of that? It's
Yeah.
like but if you're in the middle, you're probably boring. I don't know.
Are there any jokes
those-
that you listened to, right? That you grew up on or listened to that stand out so much that you find yourself using them yourself all the time?
I definitely try not to. You don't want
And I
to
don't mean
that,
like on a
but-
stage. I just mean around friends
Oh,
or
yeah,
with
no,
other
no.
people or
No, I don't like making jokes that are like quotes unless I'm like making it very clear that I'm quoting something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would feel like I'm stealing something. That's a really weird, well, not weird, that's like a big part of comedy is like, don't take anything, and especially if you're doing it accidentally, because that happens too. You hear something and it'll like stick in your subconscious as a punchline, and then when you're like thinking of a pun or something, or like just a kind of joke, it will appear back and you'll forget that that was from that, and then it's like a weird, you want to avoid that
yeah.
ideally. I would
I guess for me, because
Like-
I've never like done stand up on a stage in any way, shape, or form. So I just I will reference jokes that I heard because I know people won't get them.
okay.
Except for the
Yeah.
situation that I say that people won't know where they came from.
Yeah, right.
Or things that shaped you that maybe you don't use, but like you were always like, this is one of the greatest stand-up routines I've ever listened to in my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like ones that really stood out, like bits that really stood out. Probably. Oh yeah, no. There's Brent Morin. He's not a crazy huge guy. Do you know him?
I do not.
He has a bit in his special. He only has like one special out. He was like way too young to be in this sexually encounter with this woman that he was like sort of seeing, and she was a bit older than him, and he was like nervous and stuff. And like there's a part where she rips his shirt open and his buttons like ping ping, and all he can do is go, "My buttons!" And like hearing that, I fucking lost. I had to pause this. I had to like stop it because I was laughing so hard, and had to like rewind. I did
That's
not see
awesome.
that coming at all. Like that bit really stuck out to me. Then just like random Bill Burr bits, like the guy in the helicopter.
Yeah, Bill Burr's great.
That's what I was kind of talking about before with Shane Gillis. Like, there's usually one, maybe two parts in the special where I'm like, that's the best part of that joke's fucking mwah.
Yeah.
And I won't forget that one. But then with the Shane Gillis one, I was like, that kept happening. I was like, all these bits are so cool and like funny and unique and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I keep going back to him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's a
I don't know
routine.
what the question was.
There's a routine that there's a handful of ones that stand out to me that my brain always will go back to. One that I say all the time just because it was such an off moment. It was one of those specials that I talk about, those comedy for relief specials, and it was Bob Saget. Of all, people are like, oh yeah, Bob Saget, Full House. But if you know Bob Saget, then you know he is not Full House.
He was dirty.
He was very dirty. And he comes out on stage and he was talking about like, oh, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so excited. And he was emphasizing how excited he was. And at one moment he goes, I'm so excited I could just put a shoebox on my lap and give a puppet show. Yeah. And I sat there and I was like, because I was like, okay, when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, he's excited. Yeah. He wants to. And then you're like, how would he? That doesn't make. Why? What does that have to do with being excited? Oh, and it was so out there. I was like, and that will forever be in my brain. I'm so excited to be here. I want to put a shoebox on my lap and give a puppet show, and that one just always fucking gets me. And I don't care where I am, but whenever that routine jumps in my brain. I have to say it, or whenever I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited. If I'm guesting on somebody else's stream, I have said it on multiple occasions, and it's completely stolen from Bob Saget. I usually say like that's from a Bob Saget routine.
Oh no, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's like just quite. That's because I do that a lot. Not necessarily with comedians, more so like I don't know, Game Grumps. There's like YouTubers that I've just watched for years that will have like jokes or quotes like that I'll say a lot. Like K Pass coat. That's just something. It's just from that. But like, I'll use those kind of things while I'm talking, just as like, because then the people that have seen it also get it, kind of thing.
Yeah. The Redneck Jedi says, "I love the blue collar comedy guys." Yeah, those guys were great. What I liked about the blue collar group is they were all different. Like, yeah, they were all like the rednecky country western sort of gigs, but they were all different. They all had different routines. They had something different that they all did. Are you familiar with them?
I'm just double checking. I don't think so.
It's like Larry the Cable Guy and Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the two that most people know. Bill Engvall and I forget who the fourth one is.
Ron White?
Ron White, that's it. They call me Tater.
Yeah. I didn't really listen to these guys very much.
I would say watch some of their specials, the blue collar comedy specials, because they'll each have their own little stints. They'll have like 4 little spots, and then at the end, all 4 of them will get together and do shit. And oftentimes they improv, and it's freaking great. I do like their stuff. I was a big Jeff Foxworthy guy because like he was one of those people where early on he was doing like the cassette tape comedies.
Yeah.
Where you could listen to it on cassette tape. For those of you as old as I am that know what a cassette tape is. And if you know what that is, then you also know what this is.
Yeah, it's a rewinding machine.
And how the two work together.
And like when it all like frizzes out and goes crazy, and you're like, oh, we'll try.
Yeah, you grab it, you're like, oh no, I ruined it. It's attached and it breaks. And no.
Those are magic. How do they like tapes and just like whatever's going on that strip is insane to me. That's more magic than a phone. What the fuck is that?
Right, exactly.
What is that? And you put it in a box and it makes a picture on this. No, If that's magic.
Nope. It is magic. It is magic.
How
Do you
where'd
believe
you even
in
begin to make a
magic?
VHS tape? Like chips in it? I don't think. I don't know. So do you like Norm Macdonald? I'm trying to think of like
Norm Macdonald
my
is oh
goats.
wow. So Norm Macdonald, I didn't. Here's the thing, I liked him in sketch comedy.
Okay.
I liked a lot of his sketch comedy. His stand-up stuff, I wasn't as big of a fan of.
Oh, I just love it. He couldn't be more unapologetically him. Like he
That's
just
true.
doesn't give a shit. Just the sheer not giving a shit. I love that as a quality in someone,
Yeah.
especially a comedian. Because
And I
like
don't
then they're
think
not
it's
gonna
I
say
don't.
sorry.
It's not that I don't like any of his stuff. It's just like on the majority, some of it, it's just like
Yeah.
for me
I
personally.
know.
But
Yeah,
again,
it's
but then
fine.
you
I
get him
just
on like
like
Saturday Night Live, and everything he touches turns to gold.
just like yeah, keep doing the OJ jokes even when they tell him to stop. But he's just like, nah. And then loses that job. And just like, yeah. He was cool. And like Don Rickles, that was gutting when he passed away.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming, but like he was so good. Jeff Dunham's got a special out like the other day, a new one.
Oh, he's got a new one. I
I
also
haven't
love
watched it
Jeff
yet.
Dunham. Yeah, Jeff Dunham's great. Jeff
Um,
Fafa. I
so
like
yeah,
when he
Mitch, I'm just
introduces a
trying to
new
think of the dead
character, and you're
ones.
like, you know that's going to be an iconic character down the road for his career.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Mitch Hedberg and I'm trying to think of ones that passed away. Oh, Gilbert Godfrey was kind of gutting too.
yeah,
And Bob Saget. They were around the same time.
for sure. Sam
Um,
Kinison, where you were on, did you know much
Yeah.
Sam Kinison?
No, I've seen a fair bit of this screamy man.
One that's probably one of my biggest ones that really gutted me more than a lot of other ones is George Carlin.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
George Carlin and
Yeah.
Robin Williams, those were two. Those.
Oh,
two,
Robin Williams was gutting, man. That day. I remember that. I
I
remember
missed
what
work for both
happened
of
that
those
day.
guys.
I was at work and I was like telling people at work, I was like, what the fuck? And everyone thought I meant Robbie Williams. And I was like, no, Robin Williams, you goddamn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those,
But yeah,
when
that was
both George Carlin and Robin Williams, when they both passed, I was like, yeah, I'm not going into work today. I can't deal with, you know.
Yeah, no, that was Norm Macdonald for me. That hit way harder than I thought it would.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just like, he's up there for me, like the top comedians. In terms of like comedy icons for me, it's not necessarily comedians always either. Like Trey Parker and Matt Stone that do South Park.
Yeah.
There are other two people that I'm like, you're the goats, you're fucking killing it. I don't care how good South Park is. Like the way you've done it all and how like there are another ones that are like, we're doing it our way, like get fucked, you know? I just really like that in creators when they stand behind the shit and won't buckle to selling out shit like with companies and stuff. This whole thing. It's just so sad when you see people have to apologize for stuff that you didn't think they really needed to.
Yeah.
You know? Especially comedians, and when it's about jokes and stuff, we don't need to talk about cancel culture because it's more or less petering out now, I think.
Yeah,
don't
I
hear
think
about
it
it
is. That was always my thing about like the whole cancel culture is there's a difference between I think cancel culture and just not supporting someone because of whatever they do say or believe. You know, it's like
Yeah, it's so easy to just be like, oh, I won't watch them then, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, that's that way
yeah.
for a lot of stuff. But yeah, we don't have to talk about cancel culture.
Kind of speaking of that though, like Louis C.K. is really good, but also problematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like an art separated artist.
Who
Probably.
is there's a guy and I can picture him in my mind and he's in that era of Louis C.K. But like he doesn't tell dirty jokes at all. He makes a lot of like funny voices and I can't think of his name.
Brian Regan? No.
What the heck is his name? Now I can't.
Oh, Sebastian Maniscalco?
No. And I don't want to say Zach. It's not Zach Galifianakis. We talked about him, but he always makes these sounds, these voices for these characters, and he's always like got this high pitched character, and I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't think of who that.
No, what is his name? When I say his name, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, oh shit, how did I not?
Yeah, probably.
How did I not know that that's what I was talking about?"
Oh, John Mulaney, maybe.
Nope. Here's the picture. God, I got a picture of him. Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, Jim Gaffigan. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's a guy that's like the most wholesome stand-up comedian in the history of stand-up comedy.
He kind of like, but not. The latest one I watched of his, he was being a dick. It was funny. Like usually he's really chill out and talk about Pop-Tarts and stuff.
Yeah.
Or Hot Pockets or whatever. But yeah, the last one he kept talking about diarrhea the whole time. And that became the joke. Like the whole special was basically about diarrhea.
Because diarrhea is funny, right?
Yeah.
What about Gallagher? What did you think of Gallagher? You know, the guy that smashed watermelons, but
Yeah,
almost everybody is like, well, I do smash watermelons. And they're like, do you ever watch the stuff? Did you actually watch what he was doing before smashing shit?
Nope. Never seen the stuff before smashing shit. I never really heard about him that much. I knew about the smashing thing, but that's all I knew about him.
Oh, he was one of my, as a kid growing up. He'd get to the smashing stuff and be like, that's great. And like the build up to that, but when the kid came to the smashing stuff, then it was like, I wouldn't watch anymore. But the stuff before that, you'd be like, because he challenged the way you think about everything. What's that?
Yeah. Maybe he shouldn't have smashed something at the end and become just known for that.
Yeah, he should that exactly that. And I think he became known for that. And then, yeah, I don't know. I liked because he would always challenge the way you thought about everything. You're like, wait, yeah, why? Like, this is funny, but yeah, why do we do that? Why do we say that? You know, if a duck eats, then goes in the water, does it get the cramps? Like, stupid stuff like that. You're like, wait a second, what?
Yeah. And there's no, like, end to that. Everything's stupid. You know?
Right, it is. It is.
Every system out there is stupid. Even getting the ASD test and stuff, the amount of forms you had to fill out for that is like, hey, what's a good indication that you have this? Probably not wanting to fill out 1,000 forms that are going to bore you to tears. It's like, what are you doing? It's the worst test to see if this is a thing. Anyway.
For sure.
So yeah, every system's really dumb. But they've always been dumb.
That is the end of our potluck, by the way.
That was a great freaking thing to end it on. Everyone's stupid and dumb.
Everybody's stupid. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's dumb when you're not on the team. Sorry. See, there it is. There's the whole making up songs and, off of real songs.
Yeah.
Hello, Sand Spider. Welcome on in.
Yo, what up? Just in time.
Once again, let's give a shout out to our guest, which I completely did that wrong. Oh my god, I combined 2 shout outs to get you the shout out.
I think it still worked, did it? Oh, maybe not. I just highlighted for me. There
we go.
On this line, no, it's off the dome every time. Don't
no, more freestyling.
Paper and pen. I can't do this forever. Yeah, I'm a fucking legend.
Oh, none of my visual stuff is actually popping up.
Like my brain, it's smoother than you.
There's no actual video of this. Yeah. There's no video of this. All of our alerts, none of our alerts have been showing up since the break. People have already been redeeming our Tangia dungeon. That's the video for that hasn't been showing up. Nothing.
Perfect.
But at least we got the audio. At least we got the audio. And there's the other shout out that I combined with it. Guys, if you want to follow Book Ruffell Cartoons, go and follow those links. Go and give them a follow. Go and hang out over there. You're going to get all kinds of art, comedy, Mario Kart, comedy, improv, hand farts, this thing, whatever this thing is. I don't know what this thing. That thing, you'll get some of that stuff in there too. The hoedowns.
Damn, almost did it.
Did you almost do it?
I'm so used to them just happening, so I just have to do them. Like, they come out of nowhere usually.
There we go. Yeah, see the Tangia dungeon. The video is not spawning, but it's running. It's running because people are getting stuff. So
I don't know if I won last time, but we'll give it a go. I might be dead.
Might be dead. Well, there's always a chance of dying, but the more you do it, the better your chances of getting gear and all kinds of other stuff. What is your schedule looking like? Where can people follow you? What can people expect from you? And do you have any projects coming up?
Oh, that's a lot of questions.
It is.
You can find me on Twitch. I stream Tuesday to Friday New Zealand time, which is usually Monday to Thursday for the Americans in your evenings. We do a lot of art, we do a lot of fart, we do a lot of freestyles. We get a lot distracted, really. I try to draw stuff and then it works out eventually, but it takes a minute. I do follow a doodle, so if you follow and let me know next time I'm streaming, you show up, I'll draw you a little something. And things coming up. I'm gonna start doing like some exercises in terms of like learning how to draw, because I found out recently that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of self-taught and I cut a lot of corners in doing that. So I feel like a lot of my art's just trickery. Like a lot of it's really off. So I'm trying to like get better at art fundamentals, and I'm gonna start doing that on stream too. So other people can join in on some exercises.
Okay.
Make it a bit more exciting than, art exercises are boring. No one likes practicing art. They just want to draw the thing. That's me anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did a bit of that. But yeah, just keep streaming. We just had 1,000 followers, so that was exciting.
Woo-hoo.
And yeah, just loving streaming. Want to keep doing that. There's Instagram and stuff where I post my art. But apart from that, yeah, just chill on the stream, really.
Awesome. And if you guys want to check out his website, you want to order commissions, you want to get emotes, any of that kind of stuff, you want to get family portraits for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
you know, because that's
Family
not literally
portraits.
this week. It's not
Family
literally in
portraits.
3 days.
I run special at the moment too. 20% off for Christmas if you're into that kind of thing. If you don't know what to get for people, it's a good, easy kind of. That's handy.
Yeah.
And people usually like them, which is
Yeah.
a bonus.
That's always good. That's always good. So go and
Yeah.
give that follow. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Book, thank you for being here. I do have.
Thank you very much for having me.
I do have other ideas for stuff if you're interested in doing something improv wise on stream at some point down the road in the future with some
Definitely, I'm
other
always in.
likewise minded people.
Yeah.
I've had thoughts, so I'd love to have you on for that as one of our.
That'd be great. Yeah.
One of our
I love
guests.
collabing and stuff. This is fun. This
Be-
flew by too.
Yeah, it does. It does go by super fast. I say, I'm like, it's 3 hours, but don't feel like it's going to be 3 hours because it's not. We're going to be done before you know it.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
do you have anybody you'd like to raid? If not, I also have
Oh, yeah,
someone
let me
to
have a look.
raid.
Let me have a looky.
Because as many people know, we go off of our guest, whatever our guest wants, if they have somebody they want to raid, that is who we will raid. So just throw them.
I do.
All
You're
right.
playing Mario Kart.
Just
Is that
copy and
good?
paste them right into chat, and I will
Okay.
copy and paste them right into my raid command. Bum
Cool.
bum.
This is Sin. She's playing Mario Kart at the moment.
All right. So we're gonna go and raid on over there. If my thing will let me copy and paste. Whatever the word is, whatever the word happens to be, we're gonna do that. Playing Mario Kart. So we're gonna raid on out, guys. Thank you so much for being here again. Go give Book a follow and a sub if you can, or whatever you want. I will be back tomorrow at about noon Central Time. We're gonna be playing some Palia. Wednesday we're gonna be working on our tabletop card game. We're going to be placing some of our fake art into our demo copy, and then once that gets off the ground, we'll be seeing if we want to move forward and hiring someone to do all of the stuff for that and get that printed and put out there. But we'll be throwing up a demo fake version of it here so I can test play it on stream and in person. So we'll be doing that on Wednesday because it's Thanksgiving week. Because Thanksgiving Day we won't be doing any streams because it's Thanksgiving. And then Friday we'll be back with more Palia. So thank you guys so much for being here. Take care. Have a good night. We're going to raid on out to Book's friend. And there we go. The raid command is up. If you follow us, you can just copy and paste this. If you don't follow, or if you don't subscribe to us, you could just copy and paste this. Those are your two options, both with whatever emotes. And if you don't want to use it, use those emotes. You don't have to use my raid emotes. You can use Book's raid emotes. You can use anybody's raid emotes. Just make sure your voice is heard. Say something on the raid. Go on in there and say hello. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and click that follow button, and we will see you later down the road. Thank you guys so much for being here. Take care, and good night.